We already got the name of both Carissa and Claire. Shout out to you girls. And again, we'll figure out the other person very, very soon, I'm sure.
Akala ko we'll figure out how to scatter.
No, I could not for the life of me, again, figure out what they were doing. I needed to understand that better, and that's why I got to watch that show a lot more, Chan. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of GST Grand Slam Thursdays. We've officially taken over your Thursdays and made it your ultimate sports day for our Windsor Nation. Jaffeth Kininala on hand and hanging out with me in the Sports Command Center. None other than your main dudes. The guy to my left. This is your my left.
Commissioner, ano nangyari sa'yo?
I'm Jax Bautista of Metro Cebu Basketball League.
And of course, the man to my right.
I'm Christian from Bucketball PH.
Alright, guys. And of course, these two, the man in the middle, we've been doing this show for as long as you can possibly remember already. I don't know. I remember. When was the first show?
GST anniversary.
When is GST's anniversary? That's what I want to know. Kailan ba yun?
October?
October, probably.
October, no? Was it 3?
Yeah.
October, November, December. Parang October.
So this was a concept that we came up with when we did the first ever MCBL podcast. I'll never forget. First 5 Sports Lounge. We were doing the draft for the MCBL.
Internet.
Coach lang, coach.
I think we had so many mic issues. It was an absolutely.
It's part of growing.
It's part of the things that happen live. I always say that all the time on the show.
Ogre kicks.
I remember that was the craziest one, yo. Everybody go back, go to the MCBL page. First of all, like the page, follow the page. MCBL 10 is on the horizon, one of the best rec leagues by far. And I mean, again, I talked to Jax about this, Chan. The separation is just insane right now between MCBL 10, and that's something that this man has to be very proud of. The separation is just too much. I don't think there's anybody locally, and I'm not doing this to fluff him. I don't care if he likes my comments or not. I've said very bad things to him. I've said very good things to him, but the separation is just so big. No other rec league has a show. No other rec league has the gimmicks that MCBL 10 has, and no other rec league has.
I mean, every angle, if you look at it, how they present the videos,
exactly.
They
do highlights, exactly.
The replays,
all
on point.
Stats.
Plus, Neil is getting better also.
Neil's getting better.
Commentator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dapat lang.
Tito
Dapat
Mikey
lang.
ng Cebu.
Tito Mikey ng Cebu eh.
Tito Mikey ng Cebu.
Neil Ramos, if you're watching, I need to give him a little bit of advice, right? You can't be Tito Mikey and not do the work required of Tito Mikey. Okay? You can't aspire to be Mikey Reyes and not do the things Mikey Reyes.
Mikey Reyes if wala siya shooting.
That also, we've all seen Mikey Reyes. He was a shooter back in his days in UP. He was also a very capable two-way type of guard. Very capable point guard of that. Now, we're your go-to crew for all the latest and greatest in the action-packed world of sports.
GST is the place to be, bringing you the buzz, the beats, and of course, the balling action.
So grab your snacks, kick back, and dive head first. Grand Slam style. Na-miss ko yung line ko. It's Neil's top.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very common thing here at Windsor is that we love for you guys to win. So, we're going to start off this episode with game time. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, here's how you can score big tonight. Share this live. Take your best shot at guessing the NBA player and drop your answer and Windsor ID numbers below. The first one to comment with the right answer takes home the dub.
We have 4 games of basketball NBA trivia, 1 game of hockey stake, and each winner will receive 500 pesos of Windsor credits.
Now let's cut to the chase. Who's this NBA player?
Nobody look at the answer. The player has had the most 3-point field goals during one series of the finals.
I think I knew this.
This player had the most 3-point.
Which finals?
3-point field goals during one series of the finals.
I think.
So, as a question, sorry, the guys in the back.
3-point field
The
goals.
most 3-point field goal attempts or makes?
Field goal.
Field
goals.
So I think
Mix.
it's
Mix.
Which series of the finals?
Mix.
Oh, the finals all time.
I think it's the whole series. I think.
For the final, no, because the question is during one series of the finals. Which finals?
Which
Are
finals?
we talking about a finals or the finals? The finals.
The finals. I think it's the final.
I will say it's the finals because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the finals. All right, here we go. All right, everybody, keep in mind again, Windsor IDs ready. Make sure that you share the live. And I believe everybody, I got a lot of people are coming back to the live. They were absent last week or the last episode. They're coming back to the live.
Last week kasi we're
Na-miss tayo.
I know. So many
Na-miss
people.
nyo ba? Na-miss?
We're repenting.
We were changing our ways for the better. That much I can say and will say.
Kaya Neil, magbago ka na. Also, sina Jomar, manood kayo sa
If they don't watch our live, walang talay sa ano.
Basta di manonood, walang talay sa ano.
At ito mo pa ngayon sa girls kung ato mo manood.
Let's see if your support of them gave you a win, right? So, we have our first winner of the night, 636849578. The answer is Marvin Villazon. Classmate, what's going on? I like it. I'm telling you, they're back.
Ano? The answer is Marvin Villazon?
No, the answer is Stephen Curry, and then you got me. The answer is Stephen Curry. The winner is Marvin Villazon.
Alright.
So, yung
Congrats.
hindi nanalo, hindi mag-aalala. We've got 4 more games lined up for you later.
So the question is the most 3-point field goal makes in the finals.
So Steph got 32.
In the finals in 2016.
In the finals.
Well, that's depressing because that's also when they lost. I'm sorry, Golden State fans. Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah.
No, not too soon. I despise Golden
2016
State
Cavaliers.
fans. Golden State Cavaliers, 3-1, the comeback. Yeah,
3-1 comeback.
The
King, absolutely amazing performance
That was crazy.
by LeBron James, Kyrie Irving,
Kyrie. Di ba
J.R.
nga-
Smith.
J.R. Smith.
Di ba nga yan yung ano, yung 40-40 si LeBron tsaka si Kyrie?
I'll never forget because Game 4, the narrative was already being written.
Yeah.
3 games down, 3 games to 1. This is going to be over in Golden State.
I think
They go
this
to
was the time Draymond was suspended, right? Or
Right, in Game
it was
5.
Bogut who got injured.
no, it was Game 5,
Game
and Draymond Green got suspended.
Yeah.
It was in Cleveland. LeBron and Kyrie go for 40 apiece. They go to Game 6, right? Back in Cleveland. Or sorry, there was in Golden State, and they go to Game 6 in Cleveland. And Draymond was suspended for that game.
Yeah.
And LeBron and Kyrie put on another big performance. I believe on back-to-back 40 games. Game 7, LeBron James goes absolutely nuts. He puts on a near triple-double performance, trying to dunk the city of Cleveland to a championship. And people were arguing, like, and I want to ask you guys this before we move on to the next segment. People were arguing that if Draymond Green did not get suspended, that would have never happened.
I think so. Because the 3-0 lead by
3-1.
A 3-1 lead by Golden State is very heavy already. And having Draymond
As
during
their
the game
main-
as their main defensive guy who can switch from
Small to
LeBron to
bigs.
Kyrie to Love.
Mm.
The Golden State Warriors had the ability to just let Draymond, ikaw magdepensa ka LeBron tapos si Iguodala would defend Kyrie. The absence of Draymond is huge for Golden State because mawawalan sila ng isang player na makaka-match up or maka-switch everything.
Malaking problem yun, especially when you're the coach. Like when you have you know what you're going to do already. You know the advantages, the disadvantages. You know the matchups. You know the time when they lost they lost Draymond Green. A big blow talaga for
And
them.
then
Actually pwede naman eh, but the bad thing is it's a series already. Kung long series pa yun, makaka-adjust pa si Kern.
and the intangibles of Draymond, the intimidation
Oo.
factor, the
But the one thing I want to point out there is that during that game number 6, where Draymond was suspended, they actually got blown out. And then people were saying, "Oh, I don't think he would have been." My opinion is just that he would not have had a bigger impact. It probably would have been a close game, but Cleveland would have still pulled it out. They were just playing with a different level of energy. You know, sometimes when you know that you have somebody.
to win.
Yeah, you know that when you know you have
Yeah.
him, I got you. Like I know exactly what to do to take you down. Cleveland in that game 6, the way they started that game, house on fire, and it didn't even really matter to me if Draymond was there or not. They were not defending Cleveland that day. So they go back to game 7, and the funny thing that I hear about this all the time is that if Draymond Green comes back to the game, it's not like he was injured. It's not like he was recovering. It's not like he was like gaining weight and coming back and not in NBA shape.
He just kicked somebody.
LeBron, I think he went under LeBron James, or I think LeBron James went under, I forgot. And then, it was going to be his 16th technical foul
for the season.
for the duration of the playoffs. And so I was like, all right, well,
suspension right then.
and then it's an automatic suspension, which Draymond Green has no problem accumulating, apparently. And speaking of accumulating, let's talk about people who are just accumulating attention and an absolute amazing set of runs so far. The NCAA Men's Final Four. March Madness, guys, is just it's an incredible time. It is an incredible time. I absolutely love March Madness because you have Cinderella stories, you have hot teams, every year.
Who would have thought NC State?
I did not have NC State at all.
Yan yung panira ng brackets.
I don't know what the stat is anymore on who has what existing brackets left. But I'm gonna.
NC State fans,
I wouldn't be surprised if they had, and I would also be surprised if we had Alabama in the Final Four because I did not have Alabama in the Final Four either.
Purdue is sure good.
Purdue and UConn, yes, everybody might have expected Purdue and UConn. Zach Edey has been playing absolutely amazing, 40-15 game in their Elite Eight matchup. UConn running a rough shot over the entire competition. Alabama playing extremely well. Marks the last game was on point and on fire. NC State, what can you say about DJ Burns? Jokic made a comment about him being extremely skilled. Coach, let me start off with you on this one.
Black Jokic.
That's a stretch. I mean, he's built like a black Jokic, but he reminds me more.
Zebo.
Zach Randolph is the absolute perfect. Hefty, he's big. Now, Coach, you coached in the collegiate ranks. We don't have the same format that we would have had in the piece. I'm just saying.
Hindi ba ganyan yung PCCL?
You passed it. I'm just saying. Again, I know.
Pero hindi ba ganito yung PCCL dati?
It was. He played in the PCCL.
It was.
It was that type of format. I wonder why we let go of that.
How can you play in Manila?
We had our zonals. We call it zonals.
Yeah.
Or basically regionals. And then kasi before basta champion ka sa UAP or NC, automatic slot ka na
Sa Final Four.
No, sa top 16.
And you still have to play through the games.
So top 16 and then you'll get your spot there, and then I think another Manila tournament, they will do zonals again. Tapos whoever wins the zonals here sa Visayas, sa Mindanao, will get to
What happened? I mean,
we advanced sa San Carlos before. When we went up against San Sebastian.
I remember.
Calvin Abueva, Pamboy Raimundo, basically
Sanggalang.
Ian Sanggalang. Basically 6 or 7 players of Baste were PBA players. Ngayon. Or I think some retired already or some. Yeah, basically again. We went up against them. Number 1 sila. That's the time na champion sila Calvin San Sebastian. Number 1 sila, number 16. Nag-qualify me number 16 sa San Carlos. Then we had it in Ormoc. Superdome. Superdome ba tawag? Yeah, Superdome.
Yeah, that's Superdome.
It's a very good air-conditioned venue for Ormoc.
Shout out to Attorney Ruben Kapahi, by the way.
Attorney Ruben. Time ni Attorney Ruben.
Right. Yeah, Miggy's dad.
Yeah. Sila yung
Miggy Kapahi, where are you at?
yeah, sila yung si Attorney Kapahi yung welcome sa amin.
Yeah.
We talked to Attorney so we 2009.
Yeah.
That was 2009. Yeah, 2009 then. We had a good game. I remember when Coach Mike was asking one of the coaches in Manila, he said, paano ba namin tatalunin tong San Sebastian team? Sabi ng Manila, wala ka magagawa.
Not at the time, no. I think it's a talent issue.
Pamboy, Abueva, Sanggalang, you got Jimbo Aquino, who's an automatic 3 points.
Right.
So we had
I think there's a YouTube video of that somewhere.
Yeah, we had there's a YouTube. We had that time parang 2 months 2 months kami na nagpa-practice getting the scouts of all the plays of San Sebastian's been doing. And then yun nga, pagdating ng game namin, yung San Sebastian nagulat. Lahat ng mga plays sila, alam namin. So when they're calling the plays, I'm calling the ito, tawag, ganyan. So we really pushed San Sebastian. Of course, number 1, number 16 rank.
Right.
Syempre, malayo yung gap talaga.
Right.
So we pushed them into an overtime game. But then again, after ng overtime, so overtime na, it was a 10-0 blitz by Calvin Abueva. And that's the game.
And that's the last time I really enjoyed watching Calvin Abueva. I'm not kidding. Like we put it out.
It was like kami lahat pagod na. Sabi ko nga kaya pala tinawag ng The Beast talaga.
in
And
college.
yeah,
it
in
was like
college.
triple double threat. It was crazy.
Grabe, like walang shooting. Si that was a galant stand of Summer Mosa. He had like 26 points against San Sebastian. But then again, si Calvin yun, so, parang inaatras lang talaga namin. Nasa 3-point siya, si Sam nasa paint, inside the paint. Yun walang shooting. Pero because of the hustle, basically the energy, he got the 10-0 run. Yun,
I always thought he was high on pre-workout. The way he played.
Wala, grabe. The beast talaga.
Right.
Pero natawa nga kami nun pagkatapos nung best player na siya. May bit-bit na anak dito. Mga 2 years old na.
2 years old.
Kaya pala tatay na tatay.
Yeah, he got to play for his bread, if you know what I mean. He got to play for his bread.
Tatay. But then again, all fun. We had that. Hopefully in Champions League ulit, they'll be bring back again. That is another experience for the players. And we had it twice eh. Dalawang beses kami lumaban na number 1. 2008 and 2009. 2008 we went out against Ateneo De La Salle, the champion team din.
Right.
San Carlos.
JV Castro, Rick
Meyerhofer. The champion team din that their batch. We played against them sa
Phil Oil Flying V.
Yung aircon. Na wala siya ng tao, aircon. So siyempre kami mga players na from Cebu, hindi nasanay. Ubo ko halftime during the game, umuubo kasi sobrang lamig na eh.
There's really it's going in your nose.
Pag yung pag huminga ka yung air, dito lamig na, wala na. Dry na yung throat mo. It's a good experience still.
I think so, and I think this is what makes the current format of the NCAA in the men's tournament in the US very, very intriguing. Jax talked about it, like an unknown team from some place in the Philippines. Like, think about if we still had that kind of tournament format.
You know what's good kasi sa kanila? It's I think it's categorized talaga eh, like from north, like yun, detailed talaga eh. So Pacific, Big Ten, and so on. They really get the best of each.
But I think there was a problem with that in the past, in the current NCAA, because so how I understand it, I could be wrong in my understanding, right? So there's a committee that picks the top 64 teams to join. So you have 16, 32, 48, 64, the West, East, North, South. And they're not necessarily arranged according to geo. They're just there because that's where they will play. And again, it's not arranged in any way. And then before that, you have the wild card matchups where whichever team wins, they'll be slotted into the number 16 slot, either for the East or the West region, usually. And Rick Pitino, I believe, who is one of the legendary head coaches in the NCAA men's tournament, he made a comment saying that how is this actually being judged? Who gets to make the tournament? And who even gets to play the wild card, because the team he was coaching for, I think, was St. John's, isn't in the NCAA tournament. So, I mean, my point being, if these things have some type of statistical metrical measurement for teams to go out in tournaments and say, all right, as long as we do this, we'll be fine. We're going to make the tournament. Then so be it. But to leave it in the hands of a select few who can be subjective and political, that kind of puts some type of damp on the whole NCAA tournament. But correct. So Chan, let's go back to the NCAA tournament. I got a really good take from Jax about his experience and what the potential could be if ever we did in the Philippines. But talking about the NCAA men's Final Four in the US, whose run has been the most? I know NC State, great, but based on the Final Four, I want to get your take. Who do you think is going to move on to the finals of the NCAA men's?
I think it's going to be Connecticut and UConn and Purdue. I mean, it's so hard to. I mean, Eddie, you know what Eddie can do.
I know. I've seen
And
it.
UConn very. Parang if you look at the top 20 players right now sa Final Four, I think 60 to 70% are from UConn. So marami talagang magagaling sa UConn, yung guard nila, yung everyone. So I think there's a chance for upset from Alabama and NC State, but it's gonna be really hard. Like, it takes a bad game for UConn and Purdue.
They're gonna need to play a perfect game.
And for them, they need to play the perfect game. Just like what happened to the MCBL, right?
Right.
Like what happened during the Artera and Baluarte. Like Baluarte almost came up with a W because Artera played
like
bad.
2 minutes.
And Baluarte
last
played
2
really
minutes
good,
yun.
diba? So yeah, parang ganito din diba
Ganun
yung format
nangyari.
ng MCBL, yung
it's
top
a
16
knockouts.
I love that we did that. I remember when I talked to Jax about it when we were coming up with the concept for the marketing, and we needed to make it interesting. So he came up with, and we mapped it out the same way. There's going to be a Sweet 16, the Elite 8, the Final Four, and then you have the championship game.
Championship.
No third place, just the championship game. There's no more point in playing for third. Just the rest of the championship game, which I thought was really cool. Now, Coach, make your pick here. Final Four, UConn has been unbelievable. They have beaten almost every team that they've faced in the tournament by double digits or more. They just look crazy good. You cannot understate and just undermine the performance of Zach Edey.
Yep.
In my mind, people are projecting him to be a top 20 pick. Neil Ramos has him as a top 10, and Neil, that's why no one wants your opinion sometimes, because you stretch it too much. Top 10? I don't think so. There's just too much.
Nakikita lang siya ng highlight tapos nalakas ito.
And then you overreact. You live in the moment. This is why when you have debates, it just happens. Isaiah Thomas is not a top 10 point guard. I'm sorry. So Zach Edey, you can't understate how good he has been throughout the tournament. DJ Burns, with his capabilities and his skill set, can't ignore that as well. In Alabama, the Crimson Tide, I mean, you're taking football. You've always won football. Now you're taking basketball. I kind of want them to lose by like 50, honestly. But give me your take. Who's moving on to the finals of the NCAA men's?
Basically, it's the same. It's got Purdue and the UConn still.
No one wants Alabama, and no one thinks DJ Burns. None of you believe DJ Burns can take him.
Purdue. You got UConn and Purdue.
DJ Burns good, but I think
But Zach Edey's big.
sometimes the defensive side of DJ Burns is a bit questionable because
Yeah.
he's slow.
Yeah.
He's flat on his feet actually.
He's either Zach Randolph or Ryan Tree Hollins. I don't.
Sort of, parang ganon.
Or Tractor Trailer. Robert Tractor Trailer. I don't.
You're bored that.
No, I got a deep bag, bro. I got a deep bag when it comes to the NBA. Robert Tractor Trailer to me. Or Mike, no, what's his name? I can't remember now. It was Miller, Oliver Miller. Someone of that nature. So, alright, I gotta say it, dude. UConn and Purdue looks like they're going on a collision course to each other.
Yep.
I don't see Alabama beating UConn. Again, you need a superstar player in this type of game. Alabama does not have it. Marks did great. Nelson did great. But ultimately, Cinderella, the clock strikes 12 at some point. Alabama, they're not going to beat just a top tier team in UConn overall. And when you're talking about Purdue, NC State, the matchup that NC State has been able to exploit has always been the middle and the center position. And that's where DJ Burns has just had a field day against the defenses that have tried to guard him. They're not bigger, they're not heftier, they're not stronger. Zach Edey, though, is the turret to the DJ Burns run. And I think we're going to see Purdue, Connecticut. That's going to be a fun thing to watch. But
Pero if nandyan si Kareem Abdul-Jabbar ka, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
you're going to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Probably. I wouldn't argue. Now, the men's tournament has been great to watch with a lot of great quality games. We've seen that over the past couple of days and the past couple of weeks. They've been putting on a show. But, ladies and gentlemen, but the crazier side of the coin belongs to the women's. We gotta talk about the women. Holy Toledo! The spotlight has been increasing.
Caitlin.
My goodness. Caitlin Clark, Coach. We've seen a lot of great shooters over the years, but none quite like Caitlin Clark. And we talked about it in the page chat on Grind Time Sports. Either we're seeing Jimmer Fredette or we're seeing Steph Curry.
Yeah, correct.
One of those two things. But Coach, I'll start with you. Caitlin Clark and Paige Buchers. This was a collision course that we were bound to see. They're gonna face off in the Elite Eight. This is a game where I believe, again, superstars matter, but the team matters as well. But talking about how you feel with this matchup heading into the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight, Final Four.
Nah, that's the Elite Eight.
Elite Eight, Final Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Well, both players are good. I think they have their own strengths. I think Caitlin Clark was really phenomenal for this year. I think last year and also. Paige Burks was there still. Ever since di ba nga nakita sa views, pagkabata pa lang niya, he was being tawag doon, parang sinasabihan na siya na this will be the next Diana Taurasi, you know. But then again, I believe
I think she's better than Taurasi in my opinion.
Oh my, grabe, no. But for me, no, if for me, I think it will be. I will go for Caitlin Clark.
I love
for me because
La
the way
Bamba from deep.
the way they play, the way she play, everybody's. I love how Iowa plays, like when they run the break. Di ba nga yun,
They play through Clark a lot though. That's my problem.
That's a problem for them.
That's the biggest problem.
So if you take out Caitlin Clark, they're gonna have a problem with that
Yung
one.
sinabi mo sa
Di ba yung
PC,
sinabi ko sa group
but
chat?
paragin lang kina-cover yung right, tapos yung ginagawa lang ni Clark,
Tira.
para papunta sa left. Tapos,
She loves that left-handed move.
We'll see what will happen.
She drives left, stops, pops. I mean, we talked about it. If you're a coach going up against Caitlin Clark, why do you press up? You press up. Whoever's guarding her, you don't even need to guard her when you press up. So the strategy would be, you press up on Caitlin Clark. This is my recommendation. I don't know if any coach wants to pull it off. When you have a shooter like her, she's going to pull from like 30 to 45 feet, right? So you press up on Clark. You don't want her to shoot. When you press up, you're sticking to her. What are you forcing her to do? You're forcing her to drive. All right? Once you force her to drive, you set up a trap to meet her when she drives. When she does that, she's going to need to give up the ball. Now, either she comes back to the ball, or you ice her to one side of the floor. Ice her meaning you force her to the one side of the floor. Now Clark has a problem because the only thing that the UConn needs to figure out is what side of the floor does Caitlin Clark shoot poorly from. Usually that's the baseline or the corner. So you want to force her to that corner because when she has a ball in the corner, what is she going to do? She has one of two options. Either she's going to pass and go for a give and go, or she's going to cut to the basket. You cut that off, you force somebody else to score, it's night Iowa. Because nobody else on that team is scoring. I swear.
Yeah.
Nobody on.
Pero ikaw, Coach, anong game plan mo dyan? You would make Caitlin Clark a scorer or mas mo prefer ka na magiging passer na lang siya?
I prefer na everyone, other guys will be, other women players will beat me except Caitlin Clark. So,
Exactly.
Yeah, as what said, Jaffeth said na just let Kate Clark give the ball. Kasi almost every possession, 80% nasa kanya.
It's her. The usage is high. It's so high.
Nasa kanya. Pero hats off to her, ha? Grabe yung conditioning niya.
I give her a lot of credit. So the strategy I talked about when it comes to Caitlin Clark is a strategy that was used against LeBron James in 2011. Pick one side of the floor, force him there, get him uncomfortable. The problem is when this was applied to Stephen Curry in 2015-16 during his unanimous MVP year, Caitlin Clark has the one thing that Stephen Curry had over his opponents that she has at the women's level is her endurance, and coach has talked about it. If she can run around, she's gonna give the ball up. The next thing for her to do is reposition to the side of the floor where she's really good. She goes back to that side of the floor, and you don't do the exact same thing because a lot of players can't flip the play or can't flip the defensive coverage. Now you have a problem. What if she drifts left, pulls up? Night. I don't even know.
Night.
I don't know what you can do there. All right, but Chan, talk to me about. We're gonna drift from the actual X's and O's to the impact that this has. Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, Haley Van Lith, Angel Reese.
Yep.
The names Cameron Brink of Stanford won Defensive Player of the Year in the NCAA Women's, and Caitlin Clark, by the way, also just won the Naismith Player of the Year award. Talk to me about what it means for young women watching the NCAA Women's because they're not watching the WNBA. I can bet you that much. Because the talent just went boom. But the NCAA Women's worth watching. You know, I watched it. I had to watch it. Great. Talking about that.
I think it's not just yung impact niya hindi lang sa U. I think it's a global impact considering yung women's basketball is lumalaki. Shout out to Coach Talado, yung coach dito sa Cebu na he is really good at producing women basketball players. Marami siyang napapunta ng sila at national team. So yeah, I think its impact is worldwide, global, because marami nang nanonood ng women's basketball. Tapos yung mga bata, let's say, anak ni Coach Jack, si Kentra, she would be a fan of Caitlin Clark. Kaya to palang women can also play ball.
Pinakita ko sa kanya eh.
Tapos
Makeup daw eh.
Coach,
Tagawatay tayo dito, makeup industry.
The impact is really crazy. Now. Caitlin scoring 40, almost triple-double, right?
Yeah, near triple-double.
Tingin ko rin kasi because of the technology rin kasi talaga. Like, in this day, mas marami nang makakita talaga because of the technology, the cell phone, the smartphones. You got the sites there, you got the TV, the channels, and also the influences of the social media nga. I believe also maybe because of we're seeing players sa women's natin kasi it is easier to teach women's players teach them how to play basketball the right way. It's because wala silang idea kasi talaga. But then again, when you teach them, they will do it the best possible way, the proper way talaga. Kaya when you teach like this one, kaya sobrang daming magagaling sa lang ngayon sa women's because of the teachings ngayon sa mga coaches sa colleges and how they apply their practices. Diba?
I have a thing about that. I think the reason why we also see, I don't think they're taught to play the right way. That's a fact. What I see as to why they had to go that route, coach, is because they don't have the physical gifts required for you to just make it easier, quote unquote easier.
Yep.
So what do I mean by easier? So in the men's side, you have people who can dunk, people who can move faster, etc. So they rely so much on the physical God-given gifts. The women, I'm not saying they're not gifted. I'm just saying that at that level, when you're not able to dunk, when you're not able to speed up, when you're not able to move at an accelerated pace, you got to think the game more than you got to play the game.
Yes.
And they're doing that. And I love, Caitlin Clark, that was ridiculous. She's pulling up from 40. That's not a think thing. That's a I can do it thing. I can pull up from 40. You ain't going to stop me, right? But I'll leave on this note. The one thing that I love, Chan, that these women are doing that the WNBA can't seem to wrap its head around, and I believe the WNBA, in my heart of hearts, I believe, and everybody watching, you can screen cap this, I don't care. The WNBA dropped off when Maya Moore left. When Maya Moore left, the WNBA just went downhill. Nobody wanted to watch the WNBA. They had their Michael Jordan. Why is that important? Because now you had somebody for people to watch. And when she left, the WNBA started. They started complaining. They started, I don't want to use, but they started bitching about different things that they weren't getting on commercial. Their flights were this and that.
Yung sahod nila, hindi...
Their salaries weren't enough. Hold on. I remember it was so ingrained in my mind. Simone Augustus was interviewed because what do WNBA players do during the offseason? They go play in Europe. So Simone Augustus started playing in Europe, and she complained that they have to practice twice a day. Caitlin Clark probably, and I saw a video, she probably is in the gym 3 to 4 times a day. 1 time practice, 3 times just herself practice. Getting up hundreds and hundreds of shots. And you see the result. She can pull up from 40, she can drive, she can create. She is now must-see TV. Not because she's a woman, but because she's an amazing basketball player. Why can't that be the case? This is why I said on the page, these 5 women, or these women coming in, Ionescu, Clark, Bukers, Reese, Brink.
Nauna si Eunice.
Ionescu's ahead. They will be to the WNBA what Ronda Rousey was to the UFC. At some point in the UFC, we all believed Ronda Rousey could beat a bantamweight title holder. That's not something to laugh at, though. That was true. She was that good. Before Holly Holm knocked her out, she was the best in the UFC. She was must-see TV. Arenas were there for her. Not for John Jones.
Not for the John Jones.
Not for, let's say, Anderson Silva. It was for Ronda Rousey. They were waiting to see the record she would set for how long it would take for her to armbar somebody. 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Those are record-breaking performances, which is what Caitlin Clark is doing as well. When you break records, when you have the stats, when you have the game to back it up, and when players are talking about you, the player, and what you bring to the court, you don't need to beg. They will beg to see you. They will pay to see you, which is what Caitlin Clark is doing, and which is what I love about the current state of NCAA women's basketball. Sana, they could play longer in the NCAA because they are raking in more money with their NIL deals than they ever would in the WNBA. That's just a fact.
You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark didn't have an offer from UConn.
She didn't. She was supposed to be up.
She wants
you
to
saw
play,
that story.
But she wants
you
to
saw
play
that
at
story. I
UConn.
saw that too.
Like she revealed that she wants to play at UConn.
But she couldn't make the team.
Yeah, at hindi siya binigyan ng offer.
Wow. And then
She
Iowa
was
picked her up.
waiting. She
Wow.
was waiting.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
And-
because
and ngayon, they would meet-
because mas malapit na sa kanila. Mas lapit na sa kanila, di ba? Sabi.
And ngayon, what a coincidence.
What a coincidence. Now the crash. Now I kind of want Caitlin Clark to win because
Parang may...
there's a sting of revenge.
Yeah.
There's a revenge
Hindi
there.
niya ako kinuha, tatalunin ko na lang kayo.
True. By the way, let's check the comment section real quick. Neil Ramos, Nev Salas, I've been refreshing my mind, brother, and I'll beat him. New Neil coming in, where there's the old Neil, the new Neil, brother. There's no world where when we debate, you have a chance of winning. Bet the over and the only reason why you win, I'm sure of this, is because they pity your puppy dog face. There's no world where anything you say is better than what I say. And Nev Salas, bro, stop hating, bro. We know what's real. Come on.
Ito nagkakaligriyan, New na din.
Oh my goodness. A lot of great comments. Nev Salas, okay lang di manalo basta matalo mamaya sa debate. Bro, I'm heading to Manila, bro. We gotta hook up next week, bro. I'm actually heading to Manila next week. So, from the NCAA, let's move on to the NBA. This is this is reminiscent of the time in the Western Conference where it was tight. It was
Your number
close.
8, 50 wins.
But now you have the number 9 and 10. You have the 9 and 10. An interesting stat, Coach, when China and I were talking about this, the Lakers last year at this point in time would have been the 4th seed in the Western Conference, which technically they still could be.
Yeah.
But now they're actually still trying their very best to avoid playing in the play-in tournament, which is very interesting to me. Now, you got the Rockets who are chasing the Warriors who are chasing the Lakers who are chasing both the Kings, the Suns, and the Mavericks, and the Pelicans. Jan, I'm gonna start off with you on this one. Who's making it, who's not?
Well, what's crazy, is a few weeks ago, after the injury of Sengun, we said it is a white flag already for the Rockets. And apparently, they're winning without...
Oh, they're winning without Sengun. I think that's just the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Sabi namin sa page namin sa basketball, biglang gumaling si Jalen Green nung nag-date siya ng twice his age.
Yo, hold up. That's ridiculous to me. So we also put it on the page. You got
crazy.
you got deadline D'Lo, trade deadline D'Lo. You got Ramadan Kyrie.
And the Jalen Green.
Then you got family to feed Jalen Green. And then you also apparently have versus New Orleans Devin Booker because he's been crazy. Been going
50, diba?
50 every time they met. Imagine if you're Herb Jones or Trey Murphy, knowing that you gotta stop this guy, and no matter what you do, he's gonna drop a 50 ball on your head, right? So who makes it? Who doesn't?
I think the Houston Rockets cannot make it to the play-in. Mahirap na. I think they're still 38 wins.
They're 38 and 37, I believe.
And
They're 3 games
gap
back.
is really far already. Like, parang limang, I think they're about 5 or 6 games remaining for the teams. Tapos Golden State is apparently at, I think, 42. Lakers is 44 already. So
Panalo pa sila kanina ang Golden State against, diba? Yesterday.
Well, we're about to pull up the standings real quick.
Against
So-
Dallas, I think.
here you
You
go.
just need to hit the West. There you go.
See?
So the current situation is this. Okay,
41.
they're 3 games back. Yeah, they're a full 3 games back. Wow.
Ang
Warriors
chan-
have won
ang
5.
chance ng Rockets siguro is not in their hands. The upper team should lose and they would
They
probably-
creep up somehow because I think the Rockets' schedule strength is not that bad. I think they can win a couple of games. The Lakers' final 5 games.
It's hard.
It's tricky.
But
It's gonna be
I
tricky.
think the Lakers though is peaking at the right time.
They are.
Like they finally, ito nga sinabi ko. During the start of the season, I was really agitated for the fact that Darvin Ham is always putting Torian Prince at starting 5. Tapos yung lineup nila where they pick, nandun si Rui Hachimura sa starting 5.
No, is
I
that
don't
lineup?
really
No, it's that
understand.
lineup that worked for them during the playoffs.
Yeah.
Davis, Hachimura, Braun, Reeves, and D'Lo.
Tapos this season, they started with Torian Prince at at the starting 3, I think.
3.
3. That's why I'm so annoyed kasi Torian Prince was really bricking his shots.
Oh, he's not. He was not.
Third-
He was not good from 3. Not good from 3 at
And
all.
Rui is a walking mismatch for
Right.
the other team.
Right.
Tapos, mayroon pang offense. So, I think for me, the Lakers...
So the Rockets are out.
The Rockets are out. I think the Warriors would stay at 10.
That's the Lakers side of you. That's the Lakers side of you.
The Kings have injuries in Malik Monk.
That's
and some
big.
of their,
That's big.
Kevin Huerter is also injured. So, probably they would hover around 8 and 9. The Pelicans are struggling also.
So your 1 to 8 looks. Who's your 7 and 8?
I think it would be the Lakers and the Kings probably with 7 and 8, and the Pelicans and the Warriors would be
Knocked
9 and
out.
10. 9 and 10. So they would play in the play-in. So
Wow.
I think the Suns would stay at number 6 though. Because they're also
Mga Warriors fans, magingay.
I like it.
Although I really love Steph, but sorry Warriors fans.
I like
Mga
it.
Warriors fans, magingay.
Before I give my take on this, Coach, who makes it? So we're talking about the playoffs. I don't care what the play-in entails. You guys tell me who you think will make it out of the play-in. But Coach, so you got the Rockets, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Kings, the Pels, the Suns, I think, and the Mavs. The Mavs are still not out of the woods.
Yeah.
The Clippers, I think they're good where they are.
Yeah.
With
They're
5
good.
games left, I think they're good.
47 is good.
Yeah, and I think their schedule strength is not that bad. The Thunder, lock. Nuggets, lock. Wolves, lock. They're good. Coach Jax, as a coach on the outside looking in, who makes the playoffs and what would happen in the play-in? By the way, for all of you who are watching, again, bet at your own risk. Bet with Windsor.
Huwag
Bet
niyo
big.
ipusta yung motor.
Huwag iposta yung mga motor, yung tuition nyo.
Baka
Maawa naman kayo.
naman.
Maawa naman kayo. All right, Coach, give me your take.
Wait. I think I'll go with the Pelicans again.
The Pelicans
Would be number.
would be.
Go down nga sa 9, I think.
Wow.
Because if you see the losing streak, the streak,
losing
ang streak kasi
Tapos
ngayon.
out si Ingram.
He's
out.
Yeah,
Hold on. Interesting tidbit from Reynaldo Timblaco. Suns last 6 games. Wolves twice. Pelicans. Clippers twice. Kings. Wow, that is a tough schedule.
Baka pwede pa bumaba
Wow,
yung Suns.
wow,
Pwede
wow,
pa
wow,
bababa
wow.
I think the Suns have the tougher schedule compared to
That is a tough, because no, they're playing the Wolves, who will
Number
definitely
one.
want a higher seed. They're currently number 1. They want to maintain that. They're gonna face them twice,
and,
but
and I'm sure the top 3 teams would want to avoid the Lakers.
and whoever is like the
Also,
Warriors,
yeah.
they want to avoid the veteran teams.
the Warriors or the Lakers because they're very experienced at the playoffs.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah. Good.
And then
good
they
take.
go up against the
Pero
Clippers.
tama, di ba? Pag kung mag-play in is 9-10.
Yeah.
9 and 10.
And then winner of that will go up against
The
Number
winner,
8.
the loser of 7-8.
the loser of 7-8. And then the loser of 9-10 will go
Home.
home na, no? Right, okay.
So who's
So
playing the 9-10?
9-10, winner, and 7-8.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Who's number 10?
Who's your 10th? Pelicans. I mean, I don't know.
Sabihin
Might
mo
be the
na
Suns.
Warriors. Sabihin mo
Might
na
be the
Warriors.
Suns. Just say the Warriors. We know it's the Warriors. Can we see the Warriors schedule? The Warriors schedule.
41,
Hindi, tingnan mo na yung Warriors, so it's a winning streak.
41.
5 winning streak. Pero check natin sino yung last 5.
So their next 5 games are the Mavericks. Not any better. The Rockets were hot on their
Meron
ass.
pa sila Lakers.
Panalo sila Mavericks, di ba?
Meron pa silang Pelicans.
They won against the Mavs.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
they won against the Mavs.
Tomorrow
Tomorrow at
Rockets.
8, they got the Rockets, who are
1, 2,
trailing
3, 4,
them by
5,
only
6,
3 games. Then they got the Mavs, who want to stay away from them. Then they got the Jazz, throwaway game.
Crucial
That
game.
Lakers-Warriors game will be must-see TV.
Must-see TV.
I swear to the Lord,
The Lakers, Warriors,
Laker
will be
Nation
must-see
and
TV.
Warrior Nation will be out
Kailan ba
on
to?
that game.
Kailan to?
April 10.
April 10,
Holiday.
holiday.
Oh.
Blazers-Warriors, throwaway game. Unless the Blazers just want to F everything up. Warriors-Pelicans, that's going to be must-see TV.
Must see.
This one.
And then the Warriors-Jazz
Giveaway.
Nah, giveaway.
giveaway game.
So this will be the Lakers, Warriors, and
game.
Pelicans. Ano yan?
That's-
10
those will
and
be crucial.
13, 3 days.
So
Yeah.
maybe let's give them let's say they lose to the Rockets and the Mavs. Let's say they lose the top games. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. They're gonna go 2 and 4 in the next 7.
7 games.
So
6?
44.
1, 2, 3,
So they're gonna go 44. So
Probably they would be number 10.
who's your favorite team, by the way? You never tell us. Who's your favorite team?
Secret. Kung sino mag-champion.
It's hilarious.
Magic Johnson yung idol niya.
Oh, Lakers.
Nah, hindi. My favorite before was Bulls talaga. Lumakit lang ako ng Bulls ever since talaga. But then again, we started the Bulls. I got the Bulls and then the Steve Nash era.
The Suns.
Yeah, the Suns era.
Okay.
And then, Kiran, you like the Warriors, right?
So you're gonna say Warriors are gonna end up to 10?
Yeah. Maybe
Tapos
I get
9 mo, Pelicans.
9 mo. Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Number 8.
8.
8 got...
Kings are...
Wow. I mean, the Kings have a tough. They're gonna have it tough for that money. Honestly.
I think Kings pa rin.
Kings will stay at the 8th.
I think Kings.
Lakers will move to the 7th.
7th Lakers.
And then you got the Mavs and Suns, same place.
Same place.
So based on the schedule that I just saw, I'm gonna say the Suns drop all the way to the 9th.
Ooh.
That's not a hot take. We just saw the schedule. That is gonna be a crazy, brutal schedule.
Check na ulit.
Look up, they got the Wolves, the Pels, the Clips again, the Kings, and then the Wolves. Are you kidding me?
Top lahat eh.
They got the 1 seed, they got the 4th seed, they got the 5th seed twice, back to back. They got a team that's desperate to make the playoffs at the 17, the Kings, and they got the number 1 seed at the end of the season.
If the Suns would make this, ang hirap talaga ng dadaan nila kasi
Hindi
yung
lang.
I don't know.
Durant,
Yeah.
Booker, and Beal should play all the game.
Hindi pwede na one will sit. Hindi pwede
Hindi
mag-rest.
talaga.
Ronaldo and Blanco, Kings has 7 games. Knicks, Celtics, Nets, Thunder, Pelicans, Suns, Blazers. So you got a couple of throwaway games, but
Mahirap din yung
that-
Kings.
the Nets, the Nets a throwaway game. The Suns, oh wow, the Kings have a tough schedule. All right, so I'm gonna go. The Suns are gonna drop all the way to the 9th.
Okay.
The Pelicans are gonna drop all the way to the 8th. The Lakers will move up to the 7th. Stay with me. The Warriors, I think they're gonna somehow move up to the 8th. Do I have it right? So my 9 and 10 will be the Suns and the Pels. My 7-8 will be the Lakers, Warriors.
Switch.
So
Mavs
number
will stay.
6 will be the Mavs. I think the Kings. No. Sorry, I'm wrong.
The Kings
will be
are
the 6th. The Mavs will be the 5th. That's my take. But again, for everybody watching, bet big with wins here. Win from within. Bet responsibly.
Lamig commercial.
Basta bet
I'm just saying, don't bet your house. Don't bet your motor. Don't bet your trip just tuition.
Ayaw, betong motor eh.
My goodness. All right. So, I think those are our predictions. It's going to be a fun ride. And my 7th, 8th seed will be the Lakers and the Suns. I think the Warriors and the Pels will bow out because I just don't see Zion Williamson. I
Pag
don't
wala
think
si
they're ready.
Ingram, mahirap.
True, that's going to be a big factor for the Pelicans as well as we go down the road. So we're going to take from picking who makes it to the playoffs of the NBA Western Conference because it's very, very hot and very tight right now. We're going to go back to the NCAA Men's Tournament. Now let's talk about who is actually NBA ready in the men's tournament. And this one, I think we should talk about this earlier, but we're going to talk about it now. All right? Which players are NBA ready in the NCAA men's basketball tournament? Chan, I'm going to start with you on this one. Let's base it on the Final Four first. The obvious one for me is Zach Edey.
Yeah, Zach Edey would probably be NBA ready na. Kasi he's big, tapos very agile.
Para sa
Yeah, correct. Parang
That's perfect. That's a perfect.
Yung-
Zubats.
Zubats.
Ivica Zubac.
Ibiza. I like the comparison. I think that should
I
be
think,
great.
yeah, and yung player, yung captain ng UConn, I think I forgot his name. His surname starts with Kling. I can't remember that. Like,
Can we
his
get the
surname-
UConn lineup? UConn men's?
I forgot. I can't. Nasa tip ng dila yung name.
Kunin natin.
Donovan Clingan. Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he's NBA ready. Tapos meron silang...
Tristan Newton. You don't like
Yeah.
Tristan Newton?
He's good. Yung shooter.
I love him.
diba?
Yeah, the shooter. Yeah.
Shooter.
I like his
He's really
game.
good. I think yung sa NC State, si
Burns might be the only one,
Burns,
in my opinion.
a bit raw for... If mag-NBA na siya, he could be a developmental player.
I mean, like Kenny Lofton almost.
Dilig.
Yeah,
Kenny
parang
Lofton.
Kenny
Kenny
Lofton.
Lofton.
Kay Love na.
His mobility and his motor is a problem for me.
Kaya nga si Kenny Lofton parang hindi naka-break in talaga sa lineup. Kasi
Correct.
he's
He's too
big,
short too.
He's strong, but undersized siya 4'4".
But he can hoop. I mean, there's no doubt he can
I
hoop.
mean, if you would score on a nightly basis sa G League ng 50, if maglilipat
doubt.
ka ng Euro or Asia, probably you would be...
You'd be the most coveted import ever. Talk to me about
naturalized na yan.
Alabama. Anybody from Alabama that catches your attention?
Not really.
Go.
Marami bang raw na players sa Alabama. I think some
Marks
players-
is okay for me, but I don't. I'm
but,
not sure.
eh,
Nelson is not bad.
If you'd say NBA ready kasi, I would think yung pagpasok sa NBA, he would directly create an impact.
Not necessarily. No. I don't see a lot of the players in Alabama being able to. There are a couple, but I just don't see it.
Parang need pala na mag-extend ng parang one season.
Probably. Mark Sears was great during the Elite 8 matchup. I thought he was doing really well. And credit, by the way, the coach Nate Oates, who has had an unbelievable run with Alabama basketball. Grant Nelson was just a hero for one day during the Sweet 16, but we're seeing a lot of these guys with one and done type performances where they were great one game, but they can't have a transition. They don't have a Shabazz Napier type of run where he was amazing through 5 games. Unbelievable run.
Tapos nawala bigla
And
sa
biglang
NBA.
nawala sa
Nawala.
NBA.
NBA,
Just
no?
did not
Nag-import na lang
translate.
sa San Miguel.
True. I think there would have been a time we would have seen the legendary Shabazz Napier in the PBA. So Alabama, not so much. I think that you have a same with UConn. I personally believe what we're looking at with UConn is that they're the same as the Duke lineup with
Yeah.
Shire, Singler, Zubek, and I believe I forgot his name, was a short black dude. I forgot his name. That lineup to me is reminiscent of what we're seeing with UConn. They're a great team, but is anybody there really NBA ready? No. It's got to be a lot. There's a lot more credit that goes to the coach and what his system is, and making sure that this team is successful. And UConn men's basketball, I think, is really good.
Are you fan of nangyayari sa NCAA na if after high school, one and done, tapos pupunta ng NBA direct?
Well, there's two sides of the coin of that argument. The first argument is that when you have an opportunity to move on and make a lot of money, you do it. And I think that was what I talked about before, so I'm not going to go double back on that. That's my stand. If you can make money now, do it. However, this is what's happening with the women's that is not happening with the men's. The women are extending their careers in the NCAA. So Caitlin Clark is leaving the Iowa Hawkeyes as a senior. Meanwhile, in the men's, you have guys who are simply going into their freshman year and then leaving right away, which I think is a terrible idea. But again, when if you can make your bread, go make your bread.
Kasi parang sa NBA, yung tinitingnan nila yung potential.
Yeah,
Pero you can't measure potential, right?
You really can't. You really can't. I mean, we've seen it happen time and time again. Anthony Bennett, number 1 overall pick. We don't even know where he is right now. God knows what's going on with his life right now. Kwame Brown, number 1 overall pick. We don't know where he's at right now. Ben Simmons, LSU guy. But apparently they needed to make sure that, you know what they should do? They should do the IQ test for everybody before. Same with the NFL. No, it's not. Listen. In the NFL, they actually put you through an IQ test.
Really?
So why? Yeah, no, they do. Why? Because they also, coaches are looking for a lot of different immeasurables and intangibles. So one of them is that whether or not, especially with quarterbacks, do you have a good enough IQ? Football is very, very, very different from basketball. Especially at the QB spot, because you're reading defenses and you have to make the right reads for you to be able to pass the ball in certain spots.
You got a very
The playbooks are this thick. Thick playbook, depending on what the coach wants to do. So they actually put you through an IQ test. One player I'll never forget. All right, now I've actually forgotten his name. No, Jamarcus Russell. Top pick in the NFL. IQ, I think, about like below average, but they picked him anyway. The guy never watched film. The guy couldn't figure out what reads were to be made on the floor. He was just gifted and athletic at the point guard position. At the QB position in the NFL. And so Jamarcus Russell, I think, was number 1 even. And he didn't turn out the way that people thought he'd turn out. They thought he'd be the next. I believe the comparison was at the time, the comparison was to Michael Vick or Vince Young. And this is just NFL bits for everybody. But in the NBA, they should have this because Ben Simmons never went to class in LSU. Ben Simmons is, to me right now, the epitome of a guy who is abusing the NBA contract where I can sit out and it'll be fine. I can go to Wimbledon, I can watch a tennis game and then fly back because I got the money to do that because the NBA pays me.
You're depressed, something like that.
You're depressed. He has had that? How is it possible, Chan and Jax, that you have an injury? That you have an injury that's been the same for the past 3 years. You have the best doctors, physicians, therapists that money can buy, and you can't figure out how to solve this guy's back issues?
Para na yung kakaway.
Sobrang like,
Come on, man.
Come on, parang man. Si Shaq ata may, paano niya nagawa yun na nagkaka-pera siya na walang ginagawa.
Come on, man. I just don't believe it. I can't. I just really can't.
Ikaw, if you're the GM, what will you do?
Trade him or banish him to China. Why are we still? It's not fair. I'm a GM. I pay you good money. I paid you nearly a max contract. Nearly a max contract. And the best you can come up with is 17 to 20 games?
Yeah.
You're the reason why I had to blow up the big 3.
Lipat mo sa Liaoning Dragons.
Banish him to Taiwan and Dwight.
Or ipa-import mo sa Tokendex.
Pero tama nga yung yung scouting sa kanya. Ano to? Like, yung scouting sa kanya before na nagka-problem siya, may attitude.
He has the scouting report on Ben Simmons was that he has a terrible attitude problem. He's uncoachable.
Yun nga, sinabihan siya ni Kobe na you can dominate the NBA if magkaka-shooting ka. Tapos hindi talaga niya, sinabi niya na kaya daw niya i-dominate na NBA na magda-drive lang siya all throughout.
Pero honestly, if you see it, let's say he's a 6'10" guy who can dribble the ball.
Totally gifted.
Totally gifted. Like a big guy. Hindi pa yung big guy na payat. Big guy na may
he's
laman.
built. He's 6'8".
May laman talaga.
So
Diba?
imagine ganyan yung point guard mo tapos may shooting. Mabilis. Makakadepensa.
We see that with Magic Johnson. We see that with Luka. We see that with Shea. Luka is probably who we all thought Ben Simmons would be.
Yeah.
Luka is who we thought Ben Simmons would be. And I love that our guys in the back are pulling up the Ben Simmons. He is 2.08 meters, which is technically 6'8". He's 6'10".
6'10" lagi. He's a 6'10" lagi.
So
6'10"
that makes it an even bigger robbery, in my opinion.
Diba? It's a 6'10" guard.
A bigger robbery. I don't...
Imagine him playing defense all night against Steph.
No, that's what he was known for in Philadelphia.
Yeah. But
Right? I actually thought he would have won deep boy when he was in Philadelphia. I give him a lot of credit. He was like 16-8, 16-8-5, Ben Simmons, right? But then, ever since that pass against Atlanta,
yung dunk na sana tapos
and I don't know what the hell happened there.
para nagulat.
I don't know. Ever since then, it's just been downhill for Ben Simmons.
Kita, 6'10" point guard. Oh my God.
But the one thing I'll say, Coach, and I want to get your take on this. A lot of this is, I'm sure, mental.
Yeah.
It's all mental. It has little or nothing to do with he's terrible.
Oh, play that.
We've seen the Rico Hines runs, have we not?
Age.
This guy is great when no one's watching. He's 27.
Parang
Bata pa kayo.
sinasabi lang na shooter ka sa practice tapos paglaro biglang nawawala yung shooting.
Come on, man. He's 27 years old. He has the back of a 50-year-old woman. Not a man, a woman. It has to be. If it's always hurting that much. This is ridiculous. I don't believe it, Coach. I think that this is just more.
You think Ben can recover from this?
Yes, it's not a back issue. It's a mental issue.
Parang I think he doesn't like playing for Brooklyn. Kaya hinihintay lang niya matapos yung contract niya. Tapos lilipat siya ng ibang.
Lipat ulit.
Oh, yung
But
sa
Chan, if not for Brooklyn, who? Detroit don't want this dude.
Detroit.
Wag ka lang pumunta sa Lakers. Ben.
The Lakers wanna avoid.
Go to the Lakers.
The best place for him to go, because I believe in my heart of hearts, for all Golden State fans out there, I am of the belief that Draymond Green is doing his absolute best to get kicked out of the Warriors next year. There is no other reason for this man's behavior unless he has CTE.
I mean, next free agency, parang pagpipilian ng Golden State.
Then Clay or Dre.
I would choose Clay.
That's why, no,
I
because
would
he's
choose
doing
Clay. There's
these
no
technical
way.
fouls are unheard of. It's ridiculous.
So,
Stephen Curry's reaction to them as well is
So
very
you're
telling.
saying Golden State would let go of Dre, tapos papasok si
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
I'm also saying to every Warriors fan out there, as early as now, you need to start a petition to just have the Warriors bench Draymond Green. He will be a bigger detriment to you guys in the playoffs than he will be an asset. He is trying so hard. You saw Steph's reaction against the Orlando
Parang
Magic?
umiiyak.
Like, he knows, like, this
got
cannot be
frustrated.
real. You cannot be doing this again and again and again. And it's come to a point where Stephen Curry's leadership has been questioned. Like, they're watching this guy. You know it's gonna... How can you coach that? How can you tell him, Jack, stop getting teased? Just stop complaining to the refs.
Tapos first quarter
Base.
pa yata yun, di ba? First
Yeah, it was
quarter.
the first quarter.
basic bench.
It's ridiculous. And you can't just bench him because you need him.
Yeah, that's right.
Ridiculous. I don't know what to do there. All right. So, we've gone from that. Let's go to another interesting topic that is, I think, taking the internet by storm. Next year, there's a high probability because Caitlin Clark has already declared for the WNBA draft, so we're going to see her as a pro, that we're going to see a shootout between Sabrina Ionescu and Caitlin Clark versus the Splash Brothers. So we got the Splash Sisters and the Splash Brothers. I like it.
Crazy.
Chan, start me off on this one. Who do you think wins this, if ever this were to be true?
I mean, it's so hard to beat Steph and play, you know. I think the caliber of Steph and Clay would and their experience would probably propel them to victory, but I think Caitlin Clark and Sabrina would have a good fight in this competition, the 3-point competition. But it's gonna be hard for them to win. I think yeah, so hard for them to win.
Anong
Kasi
team-
masculine lang siguro ako. Kaya gusto ko.
I'd say team sa Golden State sa women's.
No, they don't have an affiliate. They don't have an affiliate.
Yung sa California lang yung Sparks.
Ang ganda sa ano.
Dalawa. Sparks and
Na nasa California
Meron
pero
ba bang
ang
For
Gold-
some reason,
Monarchs.
the team that's coming to my mind is the Santa Cruz Warriors.
Sacramento Queens.
Sacramento Queens.
Nah, the Monarchs.
Monarchs. Yung sinasabi ni Shaq, di ba?
So
Sacramento.
walang ano.
They don't have an affiliate now.
But if
affiliate
you look at
for the women's.
the way Sabrina and Caitlin Clark has been playing, ay parang pattern sa ano yung development ng basketball, no? Kasi because of Steph and Clay, yung palagi tumitira ng 3 points, yung laro ni Sabrina at ni Caitlin Clark is built according to that way. And yung laro ni Diana Taurasi, yung sa Indiana Fever,
Tamika Catchings.
Tamika Catchings, and
uh,
all the other ladies.
I don't even know who's in the Fever right now, but I'm telling you. Here's the thing, Chan. I'm telling you, I used to watch the WNBA. And to all the women out there and to feminists, whatever, like I used to watch the WNBA, all right?
Alam mo sino yung idol ko sa WNBA dati? Tisha Panichero.
We got, bro, the same, bro.
Yung
Nikki
parang-
Teasley and Tina
Yung
Penichero.
para siya yung white chocolate ng...
No, she was the white John Stockton. I don't even know how I can make this
Yung
comparison.
sa New York Liberty, yung si...
Don
yung
Staley?
Yeah, yung nag-coach sa Spurs.
Teresa Witherspoon. Oh, no.
No, no,
Becky
no.
Hammond.
Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond. I love Becky Hammond.
Nanonood ka pala ng WNBA.
I love the...
I also watch because
Yo,
after the
legit.
NBA, wala na kang...
Yeah.
Ipapanood
I didn't
mo.
want to watch the PBA, so I watched the WNBA. It was that good. Again, I don't understand.
Lisa Leslie.
Nah, bro, I can go way back. We can go...
Comets.
We can go Tina Thompson with it.
Sino
That's
yung-
how far back.
Don Staley.
Di ba
yung
singer
nag-coach?
yun?
No, that's not the singer. No, Tina Thompson is the center for the Houston, I think, Comets.
Sino yung nag-coach pa sa NCAA Women's yung
Don Staley.
yung Don Staley.
Don
yung
Staley.
point guard.
She was the point guard from way back when. But Tina Petitcher was one of my favorites. And then Nikki Teasley because she was street ball with it. I love Nikki
Pero
Teasley's
yung
game.
Diana Taurasi talaga.
Diana Taurasi. I mean, I don't know. I think she's the last. And I think the WNBA is so lucky because they're gonna get these guys in.
Oo. Pero,
I think sila yung savior eh. Kasi yung nawala si...
Zerbat.
si
Maya Moore.
Maya Moore.
That was it.
There was a decline
sure,
as
for
to the
Oh,
views.
massive decline. Massive.
Buti na lang pumasok si Sabrina Ionesco tapos na drag pa nung she was trained by Kobe and so on
Yeah.
and so forth. So maraming nanonood kasi after Maya Moore it was only yung sa
They didn't have. Aja Wilson is not good.
yung Parker,
Candace.
Candice Parker, pero
Candice
nag-decline
Parker.
na din yung laro ni Candice Parker.
Yeah, she was
So,
getting old. She was supposed to take up the mantle from Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, tapos nag-decline yung laro niya.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, and I don't like that they transitioned to the bigs. So you had Aja Wilson, Breonna Stewart, Brittany Griner, who thinks she can take on DeMarcus Cousins. Are you out of your mind?
Ang grinder.
Yeah, sabi
You
nila,
out of your
Birthday
mind?
grinder.
nag-trash talk ka na si
You
Marcus Cousins.
gotta be kidding me. You are.
Kalokohan eh.
That
But,
is.
yeah, back to
I don't know.
this topic. I think it's gonna
I think
be
it's gonna be competitive.
Steph and Clay, and it's close. It's gonna be close.
Be close, Coach.
Well, I think, it's gonna be close. But then again, of course, the pressure will be on the guys also always. Diba, kita mo nga yung nag-last shootout sila kay
It was close. It was
Sabrina
close.
and,
And ayaw nila manalo kasi sa NBA
and
All-Star
Steph.
gagawin.
yeah.
Ayaw nila
That's-
matalo.
Pwede rin siguro yun.
Uh,
Pusapal ako si Steph. Syempre, the way I see
Yung
it,
pride
ko,
na
matalo ko sa
NBA
babae.
players tinalo ng WNBA.
Papatay lahat.
but you have to remember, Sabrina Ionescu scored higher than Damian Lillard in the 3-point shootout,
Yes.
and they're
So,
shooting the same thing, huh? That's the crazy part. I think
I think same ball din, diba?
Same ball, yeah. I think you're right. I think this will be close, but Steph and Clay, because they have the clutch factor.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
done this twice. I think
Yeah.
Clay won it that one time beating Steph, and Steph just always seems to win it when it matters. So give me Steph and Clay. But again, it'll be very close, and it'll be a fun thing to watch because Clark, she got that. She's got IT. She is it. I love Clark. I love Clark.
Well,
Again, huh? I watched the WNBA. Okay, I watched the WNBA. And I know more about the WNBA than you. I'm sure. I am so sure. I'm
Kilala
so
niya
sure.
si Panchero,
Bruh.
Don Staley.
Don Stanley, Cheryl Miller. I go back that far. Cheryl
Swing
Miller,
Cash.
all-time great. Swin
Swing
Cash.
Cash.
I remember Detroit.
Detroit.
Come
Shock.
on.
Detroit Shock.
Come on, man. Lindsay Whalen.
Lindsay Whalen.
Don't at me, bro.
Seattle
Storm.
Storm.
Sue Bird.
Sue Bird yung center
Lauren
nila,
Jackson.
Lauren
LJ. Come on now. I'm WNBA with it, but they've been so trash. What can I do? Of course, turn off the TV, right?
Meron bang nag-comment kilala ng WNBA?
No, but Marvin Belezon said, Jax Bautista, it's Tina Turner, not Tina Thompson. That's a singer. Tina Turner, not Tina Thompson.
Inuhuli ko lang to. Akala nyo naman.
No. You can't, man. I watched the WNBA. I can tell you what went wrong, why it's gone wrong. I can tell you for a fact what happened, okay? Ever since Maya Moore left, it's been downhill.
Simona Augustus.
Don't even get me with Simone Augustus. All right, let's go. From all the topics that we talked about, we're going to shift to everybody's favorite segment. We're going to go to fast break. Here we go. Tina Turner, not Tina Thompson.
Sorry.
Ano namang kanta ni Tina Turner?
I don't know.
And,
That's Whitney Houston. That's Whitney Houston. Don't test me. I know. Try to get me with a fast one there. All right, who's going first? Me and Jax?
We go.
ahead.
Me and Jax,
Go.
alright.
Right. Ito, pili. Ito.
I thought you had something.
No.
You wanna choose?
I'll choose.
You watch.
Watch.
Line up. Goodest brothers.
Jamal, Goodus.
We'll go to another team.
Wow, not Ardano. Wow. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. Alright, cool.
Crazy.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Our topic for tonight is...
I don't take no L's on the show, Neil Ramos, you delusional.
Wala ba kayong drums? Is tanking purposely to secure a high draft pick in the NBA ethical or justified?
Ooh.
Is it ethical or justified tanking?
Wow. Where did you get this question? It's a good one.
Jack.
I like this one. This can go either way.
May canon rules ba yung NBA?
It can go either way.
No. That's interesting. So,
And it's more on
fan perspective. All right, here we go. But what the big spot? Wait. All right. What was the question again? Ethical or not ethical?
is tanking purposely Is tanking purposely to secure a high draft pick in the NBA ethical or justified? So sa comment section, comment your
Comment, yeah.
your
let us know what you
thoughts
guys
because
think. But
you may have the chance to win the comment of the night. So in other
Okay.
words, if magtatang ka sa NBA,
is it good or not? Is it
is it
good or
good
thing?
or not?
Okay.
So who go first?
I'll go first.
So Jaffeth go first.
I'm gonna go with that. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
So
no,
you-
I get it, but this is a great question because it can go either
No
way.
way, it
It
can
can go either way. I like it.
So not siya, so meaning is tanking
Good or bad?
Ethical or justified?
Yeah. So are we gonna say?
it's not
I'm
ethical.
saying that it's not, meaning that it's bad. You're gonna have to try to defend that it's good.
Okay.
Because let's go either
So
way.
technically, kung sa Jaffeth, it's not ethical.
Not ethical.
Sa iyo, it's ethical.
All right, set the timer, boys. Let's go. He may be a coach, but I'm coaching him tonight, baby. Let's go. You know what I mean? The student is the teacher every other night. Let's go.
Hindi yan makakasagot ng maayos si Coach Jax kasi maraming big
Okay.
updates sa MC.
Alright,
Update, stay tuned mo.
Stay tuned for
Legit
that.
yung sinabi ko sa GC.
Hold on.
Si Dennis,
Ay, hindi ko napansin.
na-line up siya sa
You got a timer?
Kabila?
JP. Because I saw him played for JPT.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember you told. You bring that. We're gonna break all the news during the MCBL segment, I'm sure. I love that the team. I love that the team has this cute little timer. Let's go. It's a green screen timer too. We're gonna get better as this show goes along, guys. Keep watching because you will be the guys when we're like 1,000 or 1,000,000 viewers at a show. You're gonna be the guys who said we were there for day one when we had a green screen timer, when we had the one mic, when we had, you know.
Pero sinabi si Marvin Villazon, yung NBA ready daw si Robbie Avila.
Oh no.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's not gonna be the NBA, but he's entertaining as hell. Are we ready? Y'all good? Where's the timer go? Here we go. All right. So, is tanking ethical? Waiting for the timer. Ready? And we're gonna go. All right. So, it is, in my opinion, it's not. Simply because the NBA itself has validated that it's not a good practice to have. Why? Because it affects viewer ratings. It affects the quality of the games. And what we're seeing right now, the NBA is doing whatever it possibly can to make sure that these teams don't tank. Because the fans hate it too. You're gonna be like the 15-seeded Spurs, and you're just gonna show up like how many players are gonna show up? Maybe 7, maybe 6, 8 players. And so the fans, and this is a Kobe Bryant thing, the fans who came to see you will not be able to see you because we're gonna sit the players that you came to watch because we would rather have a high draft pick, which is embarrassing for the team. Thank God that Victor Wembanyama is still playing, right? But that's also, Jax, the reason. So there's a lot of historical context to why ethically tanking is bad. And that's why we have the 9th and 10th play-in tournament. It's to avoid teams tanking because, again, it affects viewership, it affects the quality of the games, it affects what the fans are coming to see, which is the players playing at a high level. So we've seen this before when teams are trying so hard to tank for LeBron James. When they were trying to tank for Victor Wembanyama, when they were trying to tank for, I think a couple of years ago, Zion Williamson. It just didn't work out the way we thought it would. Overall, there's a reason why we have certain conditions and certain rules already currently in place, and that's to make sure that tanking is abolished somehow.
Merong comment dito. Dapat may consequence sa matatalo sa fast break debate, like kakain ng exotic food.
We should. I think someone. We talked about this. The loser should do a TikTok
Yeah.
dance. Neil Ramos, I need you to do a
dapat
TikTok dance. I keep owning 1 minute on the timer, guys. Let's go.
So, Coach Jax,
Yeah, you're gonna have to figure out if tanking is good.
Actually, iniisip ko yun.
Uy, coach ka.
Wait lang ah.
If
Yes,
you're,
no.
This tanking
But
purpose.
I get it. There's only one angle to be played with tanking,
Yeah,
but
eh.
I don't know.
It's tanking purpose to secure.
You can actually justify it in a way, yeah.
Hindi.
hindi.
Should I plug in? That's why. The only angle that you can have is for a business reason.
Yeah.
OKC did this really, really well with Sam Presti. They did this like it's not even tanking. Shout out to Miguel Capahi for this insight. He told me, because we had the podcast where this guy actually discovered me to do the games. This is where you found me on our podcast every Thursday too.
Yeah.
So he told me that Sam Presti, and I didn't believe him at the time, and he kind of needs to get a lot of credit for the statement. Sam Presti is doing what a manager should do at a really, really high level. He is making sure that the games are still watchable while he accrues draft assets. So they weren't tanking. What they were doing they were trying to play the long game. So when you're tanking, not really tanking, you're just trying to make sure that you stay relevant. You pick up the 8th seed, 7th seed. I remember we were watching the 2020 bubble with Chris Paul.
Not to the point na
Not to the point that you're really down, but you're
20.
You're still selling out tickets. You're still getting the arena full, or at least at capacity where you're making revenue. At the same time, you're making sure that the NBA doesn't see that you're really not playing it now. You're playing it for the long game. Sam Presti to me is just a genius when it comes to managing a team because they never lost revenue during that time. At the same time, they accrued draft picks not just for their team but from other teams as well. Now you have the fruit of what he was harvesting for a long time, or what he was planting. Chet Holmgren, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the Jalen Williamses, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey. That team is stacked, super stacked. The way Durant, Harden, and Westbrook 2011 and 2012 were. Now when he picks, he's gonna get the pick, the top of the cream of the crop in the next draft for the next 10 years.
Kasalanan to ng Sixers eh.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's also true.
Sixers.
Trust the process.
Just the process with Joel Embiid. Right. So that's the only angle I think I should talk about.
That's the answer.
We still have to go to all you can see that. That's not. Oh no.
But let's just discuss this for a while. Let's just discuss.
Okay, so again, that was a genius move by Sam Presti in my opinion. They tanked so.
I think also kanina the the teams would like to do tanking because to get it the long term.
Right.
Yung sabi mo kanina, not to the point ka lang na they will go like losing 30 points until na.
But it's just bad for the game.
Yeah, until na yung mga viewers mo nga, yung mga crowd mo, wala nang parang yung tickets mo, bibenta mo lang like 20 pesos para ganun na.
But I think if the NBA did not make a stand as to this, it would be a great strategy for the teams also. Ang difference lang is the NBA made a stand that it's not good for the NBA.
It's not good. I mean,
Pero if you look at it like for the PBA's perspective, wala silang rules as to this eh. Hindi, the PBA did not make a stand as to what Terra Firma and
the PBA will not
Blackwater
take a stand for anything, Chad, if it doesn't make the money.
as to what they're doing. Kaya nga it's sort of nagiging monopoly siya ng ibang teams.
Yeah.
Chad, why do you think Calvin Abueva has not been banished from the PBA?
Yeah.
Because he's the only reason you'll watch the damn thing!
Correct.
Nasa San Miguel siya naglalaro.
Correct.
He's the only player relevant outside of San Miguel and Ginebra!
Correct.
Why do you watch?
Aside Junmar.
No, Junmar's at San Miguel.
Yeah.
That's fine.
San Miguel nga.
Against CJ Perez, San Hardinger. But the only reason why you watch Magnolia is to see what Calvin Abueva will do.
Yeah, pero the point is, my point is here. In the end, in the PBA kasi, they didn't make a stand as to is it ethical or not. Kaya people would see this as okay lang to sa PBA, but the NBA made a stand as to this.
That's why they're having a problem now.
That's why the NBA made a stand. So people would now realize na hindi pala to tama yung tanking. It would be a monopoly as to the how do you call this, the chances or the quality of the games that would we see. So
But Chan, the PBA took it a step further. You know how? They created farm teams! We know it! It's not a secret! How dare the PBA!
And you know what's worse? What the PBA did? Di ba yung Terra Firma is already tanking, so basically yung picks nila mapupunta sa San Miguel. In order to appease MVP group, they made a Gila special draft And the Gilas special draft
Restart it.
and MVP groups probably get the
top
Gilas the Gilas special draft. So,
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Bigla, the
yun
Gilas.
nga
ano,
napunta
It's
si
ridiculous.
RR Pugoy sa top
Oh, the
Intex.
Gilas.
Sila swerte
The Gilas
napunta sa
drafts.
Blackwater and
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. I think if you're the PBA, and if you're also, because here's how it could also look, right? If you're the PBA and you have a revenue issue, and the only way to maintain the top teams that are funded sans the revenue issue because these are just really, really rich guys, you want to appease them, okay, do that. But in the long run, you're gonna lose because nobody wants to watch any of the games anymore, unless it's the three teams that you keep trying to appease: Ginebra, San Miguel, and in some cases Magnolia, right? So that's not. You need parity. You need Blackwater. You need that Affirma. You need that Powerade magic from way back when. Gary David, JB Castro, Marshall Lasseter. You need that kind of magic. Sean Anthony and Doug Kramer. That lineup was incredibly insane with Kenny Nabong as well. You need that kind of magic to give fans hope to watch the games. You can't just keep putting Talk and Text, San Miguel, Ginebra, and Magnolia in the Final Four.
That's why you know Pinoys no, they love to see, they don't really like teams na palagi nasa taas, ganyan. They love to see like kumbaga movie type ba.
Yun nga,
Galing sa baba,
maraming
patalo
nanonood
na.
yung pag-pick ng Blackwater, yung Ray Parks era nila.
Oh,
They
yeah.
made it to the semifinal. So a lot of fans really watched that. They became interested with the Blackwater. And here's an interesting comment from Niv. For me, that is rebuilding. Hindi daw to tanking. And it is ethical. You own an NBA team because it's a business. You tank to get great players. You also get investors and more fan base. Always look at the business side if you're the owner. Would you agree with that?
No, Niv, listen. Niv, no, listen. No. You have to define tanking and rebuilding. You have to define. What Sam Presti did was rebuilding. That was smart. He kept getting players, good quality players.
Good quality players.
Right? And he started building through the draft. Remember that again, that year he had Chris Paul in 2020. They played just well to make sure that they got good quality draft picks, and they made strategic trades to make sure that they'd get draft picks not in 2020, in 2025, 2026, so on and so forth. That's rebuilding. And what you're seeing now is a product of that genius from Sam Presti. When you're tanking, remember Zion Williamson during that draft, every team wanted him. So you were seeing 30-point blowouts, players sitting, fans paying to watch these players who are not available. They were out for reasons that were not injury related, just admin related, rest, quote unquote, which is a travesty in the game. I'm a fan. I came to see Jax Bautista, but Jax Bautista, we're tanking. You gotta sit. I paid thousands of dollars that I would have never had.
Yeah.
Right? I paid for an NBA ticket. I don't have this money. I paid for an NBA ticket to watch Jax Bautista play. He's there. Why is he sitting? IR. Why? Rest.
Parang siyang fraud.
It's fraud.
Like the fans are paying.
Joking na joke.
Yeah.
Like the fans are paying thousands of dollars just to see this player. Tapos pagpunta ng fan doon, parang, I cannot see.
Very good example. Jeremy Lin. Right?
Very good example.
Very good example, di ba? Yung sa Lapu-Lapu.
Yeah.
Like, all the fans, the media, Jalen will be here, Jalen will play, and then boom, day one. Wala.
Hindi naman.
So, lahat ng mga kaibigan ko, friends ko, oy, wala maniduwa, Jalen, ilan man tayo, ilan.
Nakaupo lang.
So I think we have a score. I think we have a poll in the back. It should be 10-0 or 20-0.
I would go crazy if Jaffeth would lose this.
There's just so much hate. He didn't even have a segment. He didn't even know. What do we have?
Here's a comment from
40-16.
Here's a comment from Marvin Villazon. Tanking for me is neither ethical nor unethical. It's plainly a business move which sacrifices the current season in exchange for its long-term goal. It's just that some teams do not excel in molding their lottery picks.
Oh no, who has the 40-60?
It's a Jux.
Not ethical. So I think, thank God, I was about to lose my mind. I think guys need to understand the scoring, all right, for what was happening here, not for what you actually also think, right? But I'm of the belief that we need to define it. What's tanking and what's rebuilding? Sam Presti again is rebuilding. Tanking is what happened during Zion Williamson.
Right?
Yeah, for the OKC Thunder.
Yeah, correct. I think the NBA should make an exact definition as to what tanking is and as to what rebuilding is, because para yung tax evasion and tax avoidance.
Ay! Matakot na naman.
No, you know the best
Yeah,
example I
yeah,
can
because
do?
it's both are trying to save you from money from paying
Yeah,
tax,
yeah, yeah.
but the other one is illegal and the other one is legal. So
It depends on how you want to pull it off.
so yung dalawa meron exact definition. So in this case, dapat meron ding gagawing NBA what is tanking and what is exactly rebuilding is.
Gotcha. So we're gonna go from that again. I think we need to put out there on the poll as well. That's me and Jax, not just a question. We're gonna make sure they understand what we're doing here. All right, cool. We're gonna go to game time, and I love the graphic that comes out. I'm gonna love it when it comes out. It's about to come out. There you go.
There you go.
Alright, game time. Galing ang timing. Timing tayo.
I love your jersey though.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Shout out to
That's
Court.
fire.
No, don't worry. We'll have that one.
Oh, let's go.
What
Hey.
NBA team has made the most franchise final appearance without winning a title?
I actually knew this in 2021. I didn't
Without
know
What
winning a
years?
title.
Anong year nila?
they had 1992. They
Oh,
had
yeah.
2021.
The ano.
And then they
My,
had
ano?
1978, I think, with what's his name? They got Connie Hawkins.
Oh my God, Jaff.
My bag deep, bro. I go way back. I
Pero,
do this for
well,
real.
well, the
Sus.
fans are trying to answer this. What's wrong with your Bucks?
Oh, yeah.
They traded Drew Holiday.
No, no, no.
No.
They're winning with Adrian Griffin, and they started losing
It's the coach.
when Doc Rivers entered.
They traded away Drew Holiday. That's number one. Number two, Doc Rivers is trash. You know what he goes to every time down the stretch? It's a dribble handoff. David Giannis.
Yung natapala ni Spencer Dinwiddie team.
There's
Yung ginawa
nothing.
lahat.
There's nothing. There's no offense. There's no offense. The offense is give it to Giannis or give it to Dame. And on some occasions, give it to Middleton. Lopez, whoever else is coming in there, they're props. They're just props. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know. Doc Rivers, man, I don't know. I don't know why they picked you. You could have gone with, hell, you could have gone with the coach from Alabama.
Dapat si Mark Jackson na siguro kinuha.
Mark Jackson would have been a better coach. At least what we saw what we did with Golden State. Right? Jared Jack, Stephen Curry, that team, that was crazy good. David Lee. But with this, the Bucks, Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, that's why they couldn't get out of the second
It's
round.
crazy. They lost early a few days ago with the Wizards and against the Pistons, right?
No, not the Pistons. I think it was the Blazers.
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, yeah.
And their stars played. So
Bro, they need that second seed. You know what I mean? They need that second seed. They don't want Miami in the first round or whatever, wherever Miami is at.
playoff Jimmy.
Playoff Jimmy, dangerous. But I think they're not gonna make it. The Miami have just been playing terribly. They don't have the same team.
They have winner.
I think that they have
Yeah.
a winner.
How would I know? How would I know?
Daryl Essential.
Is
Is
that
it winner?
Daryl is the winner.
Congratulations to our second winner, Mr. Daryl Villavicencio, item number 10 1047340845. The answer is the Phoenix Suns.
I think we gave it away with 2021 and 1992 and then 1977, I think. Connie
Connie
Hawkins.
92 kilang ano, diba?
Charles Barkley, Danny Ainge, Cedric
And
Ceballos.
there are a lot of during the Steve Nash era yung na nosebleed siya. There are a lot of
Robert
times
Horry
that-
checked him, game 4. Never forget. Goran Dragic, game 4.
that was supposed to be there.
Yeah, that was it. That was their only chance. But San Antonio was always so good. You know what I do afterwards? I go to NBA Live, go to rookie mode, San Antonio versus Phoenix Suns. Win by
Tapos
100.
nila tambakan.
Win by 100. I was so bitter. You have no idea. To everybody watching, don't hit that exit button just yet. If you didn't snag a win this time, keep that chin up because we've got more games, more thrills, and more chances for you once we get back after this short break.
Peace.
Every game is a battle on the relentless pursuit of victory. Each player is determined, each move a step closer to glory. Settle the score and bet on your favorite team on Windsor, the seamless on-the-go online sports betting app. Bet on a wide range of live virtual games anytime, anywhere with Windsor. The app gives you quick access to your current betting options. Have your favorite games at your fingertips with no lag or delays. With Windsor, you have a chance to win big, enjoy exclusive bonuses, and elevate your gaming experience, all in one place. It's time to call the shots with your newest game day companion. Win from within with Windsor.
All right, welcome back, Windsor Nation.
Windsor Nation. I'm just a little shocked about the developments with the MCBL. Even though it's a red league, local league, very interesting. Like a lot of huge basketball player
but
names.
I believe this season will be. It's really a season 10.
That's why I messaged earlier that season 10 is really tough. Like,
It's tough.
hindi, yun yung sinabi ko dati, di ba, na merong times na mabobore ako sa MTBL dati kasi like for us, we would go against Artera. Tinatamakan kami ng 30, 40 points. And so
That's not boring if you're playing. At least you're getting a sweat.
Imagine that right now, you can't really predict who would probably make it. So, now, for our third game, and you know the real, comment your answers along with your Windsor ID number. Ready? Show us the question, please.
Which player managed to win the NBA Finals MVP award? Ah, that's a good one.
Which player managed to win the NBA Finals MVP award?
He's the
Even
only
though
player to
they
ever do
were
it, too.
on the losing team.
He was the only player to ever do it
Pero bakit?
because he was that good in that final series.
Ito yung shoot niya sa half court.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh my god.
Yung pang game tying shot. If it is right now, panalo na sana.
Manalo na sana, yeah. I remember that because, man,
Did he ever won championship
he won one
with Will?
with Will. And Elgin Baylor left. Because that was the problem with Elgin Baylor. They couldn't win with Elgin. So when Elgin left, that's when they won.
Bakit nun?
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. I always found that funny when Elgin Baylor left.
Parang sa NU dati.
Yeah.
Na hindi sila nananalo, pero pagkalis na Rapers na
Nanalo sila. With Glenn Kubuntin.
Yeah.
I remember.
Speaking of NU.
We'll get there.
NU, Cebu.
NU Cebu, it's on the rise, baby. So we have a winner, Rafael Badiola, 147174678. The answer is Jerry West.
The logo.
The logo. The logo. All right, we're going to move on to the second fast break debate. It'll be myself and Christian. Jax, you're going to need to move to the chair.
Yeah, sige kayo na.
Right.
Okay.
Alright.
Very controversial.
We have so much controversial sa nito ngayon ah.
Sige, ikaw na pumasa.
Alright, so who would win the 2017 Golden State Warriors? Or and or the 1996 Chicago Bulls.
Ooh.
Oh!
I like this one.
Oh!
I like this one. It can go either way.
Alright, who would win the 2017 Golden State Warriors or the 1996 Chicago Bulls? So, let's break it down sa sino yung mga nasa 2017?
Draymond.
Durant, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Looney, JaVale McGee, Kevon Looney, David West. They had the
Kind starting five.
The starting five would be it.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
The Bulls.
You had MJ, Pip, Ron Harper, Dennis Rodman, Luke Longley, Tony Kukoc coming off the bench, Jed Bushler. And the reason why I know this is because I played them yesterday.
Pagitingin na yung sa
I played
Golden
them on
State.
2K yesterday.
27,
That's why I know.
2017.
2017 and 96 Bulls.
I guess you gave me the lineup.
Yeah.
So the Warriors again, Steph, Clay,
Yeah.
Andre Iguodala.
AD.
They had Sean Livingston. They had KD.
Pero that wasn't the year na si AD ba?
No,
Finals.
KD.
Okay.
I mean, Iguodala ba?
Iguodala, no. That was the first time they won it in 2015.
15.
Damon Jones, McCaw, Pachulia,
Oh yeah,
Nick Young.
Livingston.
Omri Caspi, Jordan Bell. Good lineup. The Bulls,
Oh, Nick Young pa di. I know, 2017.
I mean, you could go, 17. This is the one with Durant.
Panalo na kami kasi nasa amin si Patrick Moko. The lucky charm.
The lucky charm. Alright, we doing it?
Alright, so Jack
but,
and
pick.
Poy. Hali.
One.
Yeah, go.
Go you.
I'm gonna pick.
Alright. So Jaffeth will pick.
I'm taking a risk because I know a lot of the fans of Windsor are very old school, but give me the Warriors. I like the
Alright,
Warriors.
so Jaffeth will choose Warriors. So Christian will choose the Bulls 1996. Alright, so who goes first?
You go first. I kind of want to hear how he'll position this because I've always wanted this question because I've loaded my brain for this question. Let's go.
Kaya sabi, alam mo ba, the only thing na pwede tayo manalo against Jaffeth is mag-Tagalog.
That's just not fair.
Yeah.
That's just not fair.
Handicap. Ma'am Jack, tama, no? Guys, please comment.
And then,
Ha? Guys,
baka nakalimutan mo yung asawa ko Tagalog, ha? From Manila yun. Araw-araw kami nag-usap ng Tagalog. Sige, try mo nga. Subukan nyo.
Isa. Yung Tagalog mo parang yung nasa Asia Basket kami na yung black guy.
Oh, well, I have to be black? I can't be white?
No. He sounds like zombie.
What? Wait, Jack.
He sounds like zombie. Wait.
Wait, hold on. Listen. I could have been a white guy. I could have been Vietnamese. I could have been Russian. No, I had to be a black guy who spoke Tagalog. You understand how many people, ethnicities have come to the Philippines?
You argue like that way, Tagalog. Bakit ako?
Bakit ako black?
Bakit ako black? Yeah, Iri.
Bakit mo ako ginawang itim?
Yeah, ganyan yung voice niya. Ako,
Nakakainis!
Yan yun!
That's what I talked about, by the way.
Hanapin ko. Anyways, later na. Sige lang. Go. Christian, 1 minute, Christian, on the clock. Timer
I got this started
starts
with the Tagalog
now. Hanapin ko na. Watch. Okay, go.
Go ahead, Bulls.
I think the Bulls would probably had an advantage. I mean, you have the GOAT. You have
Oh my God,
You
here we go.
can't question the GOAT.
That's easy. That's easy.
Oh my God.
Every time you have the GOAT, what would the Bulls do? They would just try to stick around with the Golden State Warriors, and when the time comes when someone needs to have that game winner thing, it's gonna be Michael freaking Jordan. Like no one's gonna stop
he's
Michael
the clutchest
freaking
player
Jordan.
ever.
I mean, and you have Dennis Rodman who can probably and you have Dennis Rodman who can set the tone on defense, and he can switch on everyone. He can guard probably Steph, play on whoever. The Golden State Warriors would go crazy. So I think the Bulls would dominate the Warriors with Jordan alone doing everything. And they have Steve Kerr. And the Warriors would have
And that's it. Good shot. Good call. Good call.
I would just fire Steve Kerr. Who's the GM of the Bulls?
Jerry Krause.
I would just tell Jerry Krause fire Steve Kerr so that in the future he would not coach. He would be.
It would just be somebody.
So the Warriors
shooting coach.
Meron tayong Back to the Future dito.
That's good stuff.
That's a good thing. Alright, so that's Christian for you and 1 minute for Jaffeth.
So if your only argument is Jordan in the clutch, that's terrible. If your only argument is Dennis Rodman because he can rebound and defend, that's also terrible. You have to remember, here's the thing that I love about the Warriors. I told this on another episode of the show. The only other team that's greatest, we're talking about the greatest of all time teams, that's better than the Warriors is the 2000 and 2001 Lakers. The team that went 15-1. Why? It's because when you're talking about the offense, bruh, Dennis Rodman was good at his time because he was defending players who were back to the basket. He never had to defend Kevin Durant. Dennis Rodman never had to see somebody who could stretch the floor like Kevin Durant. The Bulls couldn't defend floppy action. How do we know this? They couldn't defend Reggie Miller. John Jordan got pushed off once. Reggie Miller had that turnaround. You have any idea? Bruh,
I would
this
invoke
Warriors
my
team,
Tagalog rights.
this Warriors
The
team,
Tagalog thing.
itong Warriors team na to, sa pace pa lang nila, sa speed, sa shooting, yung Bulls kasi, they were playing at a time that they were used to. They were playing at a time, Chen! Hold on! They were playing at a time where the point guard would bring the basketball up back to the basket. They didn't have to face Stephen Curry. They didn't have to face Kevin Durant. Klay Thompson coming off of that action. No. These are too many mismatches for Jordan and Pippen alone. Also remember, Longley and Rodman cannot shoot to save their lives, their children's lives, and the next generation. So how do you think that'll figure in a modern NBA? And they can't defend the Warriors because all of those five guys can shoot, John. All those five can shoot. Draymond can shoot.
Oh, Tagalog.
Si Draymond, alam niyo tumira sa labas.
Sira Anong sino titirahin?
That's why, guys.
Sino tumitira?
Man, my wife gonna be pissed. She'll be so pissed. Like, oh, they made you speak Tagalog. You better represent.
Alright. So,
Tumitira.
Hindi, tama.
Y'all making fun of me for no reason, man. I was right, yo, man. That was bad.
Tumira. Anyway, so that's 1 minute for Jaffeth and Rebut. Rebut pa ka?
I'm just only gonna say this. Dennis Rodman would kick Del Curry at the nuts so that Del Curry would be born.
I don't know. We're playing Back to the Future.
Back to the Future time. Alright.
Kasi maglalaro pa sila ng elimination game before.
Alright, so guys, you can there's a poll. Jack na may poll na ba? You can
I
just
like the Warriors.
You can
in
just choose.
reality,
I like the Warriors. There's just too many lacking things in the 90s.
even though if the 96 Bulls, right? 96,
96.
97. 96 Bulls would play the 2016 Warriors. I think the skills of the players of the 2016 Warriors,
Too much.
their speed.
Just too much. Yeah.
Pero pag
Smash
sinabi mo kaya yung 'di ba 2017 tapos 96, pero kung sabihin mo yung mga tawagan sa referee 96.
It doesn't matter. We talked about this. You think the hand check is that big a deal? It ain't.
Like for example, like you see this guy Stephen Curry, do you think
No.
makaka-drive siya? Syempre, titirahin na yan sa loob. Tagak na yan.
No.
I think
I don't.
the Warriors can find ways to make Steph open. And na-open nga yung si Del Curry, na-open nga dati, di ba, yung sila Dan Marley, na-open nga in order to shoot. Why not Steph, KD, Clay can do that?
John, also, Jax, this is always the argument that 90s guys have. That was
We
just
talked about
physical.
this
We
earlier,
talked
right?
about this. No, bro, hold up. It's ridiculous. If you told me, Jax, that I can just be as physical on the offensive end as well, which I was able to, a la Reggie Miller pushing off, you don't think that every time I run floppy, that Pippen and Jordan and Pippen, as great defenders as they were back in the 90s, because again, it was all post up. You didn't have to move your feet as well. You didn't have to move laterally that well. They could defend that. But when they had to defend Reggie Miller, how hard a time did they have? Super hard a time. That's why they got Ron Harper.
Payat pa.
Payat pa, diba? So, my whole point is this. When we change the game, and when it's no longer to the mold of what you were used to, how can you adjust? The Warriors can, because historically they have context. The Bulls do not. They were only used to a time that they played in. They can adjust to the new style of play because it's just too fast. There's too many things for them to do. Again, they had a hard time guarding Reggie Miller.
And Michael Jordan don't have left.
And Michael Jordan, and maybe Jalen Brown.
And Michael Jordan don't have left. Did you
Keep in mind,
force him to go left?
keep in mind, we're not Jordan haters. It's just that we live in a reality that's true. And in a reality that's true, there's no way Dennis Rodman is... They're going to say Dennis Rodman's going to get...
This is
hell
also
no.
what I wonder during the 90s, right? Like, they knew Michael Jordan don't have left. And they always they always allow him to go to the right.
No, because when I watched a bunch of 90s games in the past, the one thing that I realized a lot of people were doing, again, you had to play one-on-one. You could not play Michael Jordan one-on-one, which I think was an NBA rule that existed simply for Michael Jordan. After Michael Jordan's era, they let you play zone, which I thought was funny because the 2000s to 2008, I believe, you had the dead ball era. In my opinion, the greatest era for defense, the Detroit Pistons in 03 and 04, which I believe was the greatest modern era team for defense, or modern team for defense, right? So Jordan could play one-on-one all day. If I gave Kevin Durant the opportunity to play one-on-one all day, he'd have 80, John. If I gave LeBron James the opportunity to be on an island with anybody, that'd be 80 points easy.
Yun nga yung sinabi nila, di ba? KD, LeBron would probably average 40, 50 points during the 90s.
And your only defense, that's why Jordan averaged 30. It was one-on-one all day. There were no schemes. There were no defensive rotations from left and right.
Imagine nga,
Walang help.
if si LeBron naglaro sa 90s, when he gets the rebound, he's gonna
Zoom past everybody. Y'all didn't know what to do with a team. What happens if I give you Giannis and LeBron?
Imagine nyo si Giannis nahihirapan na sa 39-year-old LeBron. How much
Come
more
on,
yung 90s? And that's the reality, guys.
This is truth.
reality.
I don't know what to tell you. This is truth. It's not an argument to me. Like, the best thing about the argument is that basketball has continued to evolve.
Yun nga, I think when people compare the eras, they always forgot that it's the 90s versus the 2010s.
Yung nga sinabi
yung
ni
development.
Yung nga sabi ni Jordan, di ba? Like
He was a goat during his time.
Yeah, he was a goat. My time, then there's another goat during this era. And
It makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense. I don't know.
Alright, so that's why yung mga gusto mag-debate dyan kung sino yung GOAT, yan na yung answer. It's different era.
Basta next time, guys, just comment if gusto nyo magtagalog si Jaffeth for debates.
Anyways,
Para merong
wait,
handicap.
di ba pa po, Ma'am Jack? Meron na? Kasi before ko paparinig sa kanila yung...
yung Jaffeth version.
Yung
I
Jack-
have to be black.
Yeah.
Not white. Not Caucasian. Black.
Yeah.
I think the Windsor Facebook also can search.
Alright.
Wow, y'all really like MJ that much?
Oh!
I
Oh my God!
Actually, I won, but
Oh my God.
in reality, I was rooting for Golden State. I'm just doing it for the sake
I
of
don't know. I
debate.
think it's a Jordan thing.
Yeah, it's a
I think
Jordan
it's a Jordan thing.
Maraming Jordan fans tayo ngayon, ah.
That's why I said before that I started, like, I'm gonna be taking a risk at losing because I know a lot of the fan base is Jordan based. So I don't know.
A good take. Anyways, so,
Ito si
ito
Jaffeth pag natatagalog, guys.
paparinig ko muna. Hindi, kakatalog Tagalog ko kasi. So, paparinig ko. So, let's say,
If it's not the same,
hindi. First lang, sabi mo Wait lang.
okay. How does he even have the audio? Where do you get the audio?
Kasama niya sa Phil Basket na booth
Okay.
yung pag sinulog.
Okay, sabihin ko
sige.
muna, pasabihin natin kay Jaffeth na, hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
Hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
Hindi, yung Tagalog na say, hi guys,
Hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
One more.
Hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
Last one.
Hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
Alright. So, pakinggan nyo to ha.
Hi guys, kumusta kayo dyan?
Again ha. Tell me kung sinungaling ako ha. Wait lang.
Hi guys, kumusta kayo dyan?
I kinda hear it though.
When you're in an argument or you're so very hyped, that's thing. You sound like that actually.
Oh, pero watch ha. Tanawa. Oh,
You can't see it though. It's too.
Championship. Tagi zombie.
That's zombie.
Tagi zombie.
What's his name?
Tangi zombie.
That's zombie ha.
You can search it on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's
he's a
on Facebook,
vlogger
yeah.
na nakita namin sa
He's from Nigeria.
sa Sinulog.
Also, I'm not even American in it, huh? I'm from like the Ivory Coast.
Kaya sabi, narinig ko siya kanina, sabi ko, familiar.
When he gets excited, siguro, tapos nagsasalita ng Tagalog, he would really sound.
Hi guys, kamusta kayo dyan?
First of all, again, I shout out to all the Jordan fans, I guess, right? But so the arguments were flying, but no time to chill because we're diving straight into the next game.
So, wait lang. Nag-comment sila, si zombie. Sabi ko siya, concept pala yun. Ano to?
We're in game time.
Alright, we're in game time. The last time to sweep their opponent in a final.
Last team to sweep.
Sorry, the last team. Sorry. I got lost.
So comment your Windsor ID numbers. Make sure to get the right spelling right and comment it down below. The last team to sweep another team in the NBA Finals.
Hindi to Denver kasi Miami won
4-1.
one game.
That was 4-1. That was also that was the least watched finals in NBA in the past like 20 years, I think.
Yeah.
The past 30 years.
What year?
2020. The most recent one, Nuggets and Heat.
Kasi
Oh, yeah.
yung
Di ba nga,
Denver,
di ba nga,
they're really good, but
i-compare pa nga
yung
yun.
fan base nila hindi.
They're not
Yeah.
as strong. They're not as
Di ba,
big.
i-compare pa nga yun sa game ni Caitlyn versus sa viewership.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
11
Caitlyn is blockbuster.
11
12 million,
11
and the NBA had like 11.
If
11,
meron
12.
mang nanonood during that Denver-Miami series, I think majority of
diehards.
that's were Miami Heat fans.
Right, yeah. They're either Heat fans or diehards. I think
Diehards,
I think we already have the winner. You have it by the bottom.
Alright. Oh.
Wow. Well.
Wow.
Look who won today. ID number 640-11975. Niv Salas. Congratulations, boy.
Sa'yo,
The
panalo na
Golden
siya.
State Warriors.
Yeah.
The last team to win an NBA Finals. Niv, hit me up in the comments. Who is your favorite team? So that when I see you, I'm probably gonna bust an artery, but at least we'll have a conversation about your favorite team.
4-0. 4-0.
4-0.
Yung
Against, ano, no?
yung
The 18 Cavs.
The Cavs.
yung
Clarkson,
Larry Nance.
Green, the J.R. Smith blunder, the meme.
Ah, yeah.
That
Kung
was
hindi siya nag
Yung ano, yung high siya.
All right, so we're gonna swap because we
Alright.
need to. Oh crap! Why is your mic like that? What is it with this mic? All right. We're gonna make a bunch of bets that again we hope that you don't
Hey.
bet your motor or tuition.
You know what?
Mm.
The girls were complaining
About
because we lost the 6K last week. Last time.
were they? Were they?
Yeah. Sabi nila na wala na lagi na yung kwarta. And they're blaming us because they're trying to win every time they do the scatter thing.
Oh yeah. Again, the ladies out there. First of all, the Lele, I'm married, so I don't know what you're pairing me up with Carissa for. It's weird.
Kaya nga sabi ko sa comment ko last Tuesday. Eh, sayang yung 7K na panalo ng girls kasi mawawala lang dahil Kanil at Jack.
I mean, the betting has been just crazy. Hold on, let me look for the basketball. Okay, here we go. All right, so everybody watch. Is this the right pad I'm using?
Yeah.
Right pad I'm using. All right, perfect.
I think let's bet on NCAA.
You want to go NCAA? We can do this
NCAA.
NCAA. That'd be a bunch of easy bets to make, I'm sure, at this point in time. Where's the North America?
Pero meron na bang suggestions?
Wala kang suggestion na yan. Alright.
So we can do the NCAA.
I like it. I love it. Here we go. All right. Very simple set of bets, which I believe are very nice. We have the NC State Wolfpack versus the Purdue Boilermakers. Alabama and UConn. The spread. How do I make this? Not this. Oh, flip it. That.
Hindi makita.
There we go. Now we can see it better.
Pero hindi makita sa
Oh my God.
But the
The screen is.
screen won't.
So I will look at this the way you look at this because I love each and every one of you. All right. So NC State is the underdog. Purdue is a multiplier 1.2 favorite over the NC State Wolfpack. So in short, guys, when you're talking about the multipliers that you see right here, I'm going to point it out right there. 4.05 and 1.2 are indicators to the amount of money that you can win if you bet on said team. For example, if you bet on Purdue, your 1,000 will make you 1,200 if they win. If you bet on NC State, if they win, this is a straight up bet, by the way, match winner, no odds, no variance. If NC State wins, your 1,000 makes 4,050, 4,00005. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Nobody's gonna correct me. All right, maybe that's correct. So, interesting because now the Wolfpack are favored, or not favored. Purdue is favored to win this according to WinZero by +7. Do we have Purdue winning this more than 7 points? I got them winning this in a blowout, 15 points or more.
I would go with Purdue here.
I would go with Purdue. Purdue. Hold on, let me just flip this so I can make the bet. All right, so I'm gonna go Purdue. I'm gonna bet on the minus. I'm gonna bet on the plus. The heck? Right there. I'm gonna bet on the plus, and then I'm gonna bet on the straight up Purdue as well, because I don't want to lose any money. Because apparently the Windsor girls are complaining that there's no money left. All right, fine. All right.
Tayo pa nasisi na lang.
But I see. Unbelievable, right? So Purdue, Chan, points over under. What do you like?
Purdue points
Two,
over
100. No, sorry, 144 combined. This is. You can expect this to be low scoring. So they're basically saying it's gonna be below 72.
Parang mahirap mag high scoring.
Yeah. It's under yan.
I'm gonna go over.
144 over 144.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like 80 or 80
1.4
over under 144.
It's probably
1.4.
It's probably going like
Purdue's
80,
gonna go
65.
80. And
I'm thinking it's 80, 65.
probably
I'm gonna go over.
Yeah.
Bet the over. And again, I get the keyboard. Boom. All right, good. Let's go Alabama, the Crimson Tide versus the UConn Huskies. All right, I'm just gonna flip that. I like the Huskies. Wow, that's the variance for you folks. The UConn Huskies. I'm gonna flip it for you guys so you can see. The UConn Huskies are what are they favored? A 9-point favorite ahead over the Alabama Tide. And the multiplier says 1.12 for the UConn Huskies, 5.35 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. So keep in mind again, what the multiplier basically is saying is if you bet your 1,000 pesos or 100 pesos, let's go 1,000, right? If you bet on UConn, it'll win 1,120. If If you bet on the Alabama Crimson Tide, that's only gonna win. That's gonna win you 5,350 if they win the matchup straight up, meaning there's no variance, there's no plus or minus. So if you're gonna make that bet, might as well go Alabama Crimson Tide. You know what I mean? That's crazy. You win 5K, and they are favored to win by 9 points or more. The Yukon Huskies. Do we like Yukon winning this by 9? I have them in a blowout. I don't think Marks and Nelson will be enough.
Yukon has
this.
a lot of
It's
weapons
gonna be a
against
blowout.
Alabama, so probably Yukon would win.
Yukon will definitely win in a blowout. Let me just flip that over again, so that we make the girls back their money for them to scatter on Tuesday. All right. Points over under. What do we have? 158. I see this as like a 90-81 game, or 98-81 game.
So you go bet.
I'm betting the over. There's no way it's 158. I'm betting the over. I can't wait to see what the results would look like. All right, let's go NBA.
Yung crucial game.
New crucial games, for sure. All right, do we have suggestions from the group to what bets we can make? Nev, you told me you're a betting man. Let's see it. What bets do you want me to take here, man? Warriors Rockets. Oh my goodness. Warriors Rockets.
Yan na lang.
I'm betting on the Rockets.
Go.
2.35 favorite. Give me the Rockets 2.35. Why does the keyboard keep putting up?
Tapos
I don't
bet
understand.
slip ka. Teka sa bets.
Wow, the Rockets are. Wow, really? The Warriors are favored to win by 6.5.
Huh?
Wow. I'm gonna bet on the Rockets again. Well, hell yeah, I'm gonna bet on the Rockets. Why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Total points over under 223.5. John, what do you like? Over under? 223, 224.
If NBA, usually I would go
Bet the over.
Kasi para,
Always
if you look at
over.
the games, yung teams 130,
Yeah,
140.
Wow. Hold on. This pad is about as confusing as Neil Ramos' relationships with women.
1 month contract.
1 month contract. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Let's go points. What is this? Match winner and total points. No. I'm gonna go down. Wow, they got more. Wow, they got more. Winning margin by 3-way. Look at that, man. Windsor's just loaded with all things for you to lose your money on.
Extra money, guys, Hindi yung...
Extra money, not tuition, not any hard assets like a house.
Don't pawn your motor.
Don't pawn your motor or your cars. Especially don't sell your children or your kidneys. Do not do that. Let's keep going down the line. First quarter, no. I'm looking for the points. Jalen Green specifically. Don't bet your mom's pension. Do not do that,
Don't
please.
do that, guy.
All right, here we go. I'm looking at Dylan Brooks points. I'm looking for Jalen Green points, honestly. Van Vliet, Jabari, Jalen Green. Here we go. 26.5. 26.5. Jalen Green over under 26.5.
Parang hirap.
I'm gonna go over. This is a big game. He's gonna step up. He's been on fire, and he has a family to feed. You know what happens to a man when he has a family to feed, Chan? They go over 26.5. I'm gonna go over.
Pero yung... He's going to have a stepson or daughter that is with his age bracket.
Klay Thompson over under 16. Gotta go under. Gotta go under. At 16.
Yeah.
This is not.
Clay is currently playing at the bench behind Podzeski, right?
Podzemski. Yep. All right. Those are our bets. I think we made enough.
Go to bet slip.
Hold on. I can't bet. Can I bet anymore? I've never heard of a betting site that won't let me bet anymore. Right?
If hindi,
I bet 1,000. Okay. And they have incompatible events, but I'm also getting the screen. I can get rid of the screen.
girls, if anything goes wrong, just blame Jaffeth. He's the one that's betting.
Well, first of all, you're never gonna blame me. You're gonna blame Neil. Alright.
If wala kayong magagamit sa scatter things on Tuesday.
Total odds 1,000. Stake 1,000. Possible win 1 million. If I get all of this right, y'all tripping. For real. Look at this. That's not a typo. For real? 1,000 and multiplier is 1,000. If I get my parlay right, I'm buying everybody something nice. I think we're good. All right, got it. So that's correct. You really gotta bet big. Win big with wins here. I guarantee you that
Pero
much.
guys, yung 1,000 na gagamitin nyo, extra money.
Extra money.
Don't
Okay.
bet your last money. If 1,000 na lang pera mo, wag.
Huwag i-bet.
Ayaw i-bet yung pang-date mo.
Neil Ramos, if you're listening, stop.
Neil.
Don't give your Gcash.
Mo naman nag-uli si Neil Gikan Alegria. Kaya basta niya yung gibet yung complete.
Basi pa na pang-bet.
Or yung Gcash si Carissa on Tuesday.
Basin sa.
Dude, that's why he's still in Barili. I'm not sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are not. Bring Neil Ramos next week's episode, please. He's been cooked by Jaffeth and can't rebut. Give that man a chance again to teach Jaffeth a lesson, which is what? Nib, what? What is the lesson that I need to learn?
Magtagalog.
He can't speak Tagalog to save his life either. Nib Salas, guys, wait for Michael Porter and Lana Rhodes' podcast. Go all in. That's good. I love that. Alan Guzman, let's go. Hopefully selections by Jap this time would give you guys a parlay win. Dasal lang kailangan, okay? Where do I see all
Parlay
the
yun.
comments?
1 million.
1 million yun eh, panalo. I love it.
Manalo yun.
O pag manalo tayo niyan, syempre hindi na tayo rereklamuhin ng babae ng girls.
Scatter kayo hanggang
Scatter kayo
umaga.
hanggang umaga kung gusto nyo.
Dara Villavicencio, it's easier to win a parlay on Windsor than it is to win the heart of Carissa. Neil Ramos.
Oh.
We got some hot stuff for Neil Ramos. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. Nib Salas, Jax, batchmate mo rin si Kevin De La Peña?
Ayun,
sa Baste.
Earl older si Baste. De La Peña.
Mapua.
Mapua yan. I think. Pero hindi kami nag-aabot ang Mapua.
Neil Ramos, no other reason the Warriors choked. What were we talking about here?
Delayed ang internet sa Alegria.
Apparently, Neil, what are you still watching?
Wait.
The 45th minute?
Neil just doing Neil things.
Neil doing Neil things,
Buti
man.
hindi naging Neil things pag nagka-cast siya sa liga.
Just Neil things.
Neil Ramos, Calvin parang diesel. Habang tumatagal ang laro, lumakas. Is that true about diesel?
Habang tumatagal.
Pero marag late
sure.
man ang mga
Late ang
late
comment
na send mga comment ni.
Nolan De La Peña, shout out to the Tech Mahindra Rockstars.
Oh yeah. Shout out brother Nolan. BPO Rivals.
BBO Rival, shout out to you, sir.
Shout out Tech Mahindra.
Aaron Anake, these Jejemon names on Facebook, I swear. Aaron Anesed Zapakam. I'm sure your last name's Makapaz, sir. And Desenia, probably, but there's no way it's Zapakam. I've never heard of that. If so, you'd be very lucky to claim your NBI clearance, I'm sure. Mga boss, stuff in
Walang
hit recito. Bilis na ma-recruit. Nev Salas again, okay lang di manalo ba samantala mamaya sa debate? I already read this earlier. Again, Nev, there's no world that Neil Ramos. This is Nev, hold on. This is the guy who said Jaylen Brown should be ahead of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant in the all-time defensive guards list.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas and a top. He had a chance to pick Stephen Curry, Jason Kidd, Derrick Rose. The list goes on. He picked Isaiah.
Tapos
digress.
ginawang point guard si Iverson.
I digress. All right, here we go. Now is the part. I think were we not gonna pursue that initiative where the one with the most tags? No.
Probably.
The one with the most tags will win 500. Ah, nice. And they win 500 or 1,000.
10,000?
10,000?
Uy.
That's a lot of money. I will make a spam account and I will definitely do that. I get 10,000 worth of free bets.
No. Ang bilis na ka. No.
But yeah, what are the rules? Peace. I've seen that. I love that game. It's perfect too because it's just when Pinoys have all the money in the world apparently. Of all the 100 peso bills in the world to burn.
Kaya nga sabi natin, hindi naghihirap talaga ang mga Pilipino.
Mahilas yung lalo na mga Cebuano. Sobrang hilas.
Bala na pobre basta hilas.
Kayo. Alright, here we go. Let's pick the best comment of the night. Let's go. Alan Guzman. Purdue for the win. Zach Edie. I'm sure that's minimal, not manimal. Unless he's trying to say manimal. However, looking forward for what the NCAA is all about. Game winners, correct. Buzzer beaters, yes. Cinderella stories, yes. Watch this one run. Butler. I remember Butler and Gordon Hayward. Butler when they almost beat Duke in 2010. One of the best what-if moments in NCAA college games. Half-court shot of Gordon Hayward. It actually hit the backboard and dig. Oh my God. That was the time they faced Zubek, Shire, Singler. which I think is similar to what you're seeing with UConn. They're gonna win, but nobody's really gonna be an NBA draft pick. Reynaldo Temblaco, 3 is better than 2 sa Warriors ako. That's why Warriors is very difficult to beat when they're healthy. Also, nakadepende sa rules kasi kung old rules, di na makalaro si Curry at Durant, pero pag new rules, ma-fouled out ang Bulls. I would like to argue, again, that whether it's the old rules or the new rules, if you're going to give me the opportunity, because it wasn't just the defense, y'all got to remember, the hand-checking rule is not that big a deal. If you give me the opportunity as well, where I'm gonna be able to push you off on the offensive end, you think I won't do that? Especially with all the floppy and the down screens and the horns action that I'm gonna give you? You're gonna take that L, bro. I don't care what they say.
I think the players can adjust.
They can. The 90s guys won't.
Regardless.
Rodman? Bruh. Rodman will be like, what the hell is this 6'10 guy doing shooting? Crazy. Are these the only ones? Are these the only ones? These only ones? So we got 2 comments to choose from. 2 comments to choose from. Who do we like? Who do we like? Who do you like? Who do you guys like?
I'll go with Alan.
Very deep takes here. I like Alan Guzman because he pointed out the Duke thing. That's deep.
I like Alan.
I like the Purdue. I like Reynaldo Temblaco. I like it, but I kind of had to argue with you about the Bulls and this Curry and the Curry thing, Durant thing.
I like Alan. Alan Guzman.
Alan Guzman, 637-378-282 is our last winner for comment of the night.
Parang nanalo na rin siya dati.
Of course, he's a one of the regulars. It's like we have a bar and we have regulars. You know what I mean? It feels like we have a bar, we're handing out beer, and we're talking about sports.
Pag manalo yung
Pag yan lang sa'yo, just like the regular.
Just like the regular stuff.
manalo
Yeah.
yung 1 million mo. Mamibigay ka ng
I will buy everybody a beer. I will look up, guys, if I win that 1 million next week, give me your address. I will grab you a beer. Wherever you are. I will figure out how to do that. We'll figure it out. Okay? Before we conclude, of course, any MCBL updates.
crazy updates.
Crazy updates for the MCBL season 10. Right now we're leveling up. We're putting the gap.
The what? We're bridging the gap.
We're bridging the gap.
Putting the gap.
Or widening the gap.
Widening the gap. All right, sorry,
We're
widening the gap. Correct.
again.
Widening the
As
gap.
Jaffeth said, right now we'll have 12 teams, 6 each division brackets, and we got North and South teams again, and then we'll have at least 1 or 2 games sa schedules nato that we will play somewhere sa Lapu-Lapu or somewhere sa Talisay again with the crowds again, or maybe we'll go back again with the Sawang. We don't know. Just keep updated, and we'll try to post the team reveals already, the lineups, and hopefully you get excited because we're now allowing 2 ex-pro or ex-varsities in MCBL as long as they're 6'2", height limit 6'2" and under, and the local players will be 6-footer and under, no.
But why is there a height limit?
6 for the local.
I don't know.
6'2" for the X-Bars. For the BPO rivals, coming in 4th week. Yeah, 4th week. And please stay tuned and watch the games. Our call center teams.
Sorry. I'm scrolling, my bad.
Call center teams na to. And for the Professionals Basketball League, PBL Season 2, our lawyers, IBP, you got the criminologists, teachers, and so on and so on. Accountants, yeah. And Ballerhood Basketball Club.
It's back, baby.
It's back for season 5, and we'll see kung anong meron pa mangyayari sa atin. All right.
Chan, anything from Bucket Vault?
Just tune in our page. If wala pa kayong Windsor account, use our code. Just click the link and enjoy watching our memes and anything related to basketball.
And of course, from Grind Time Sports and everybody here at Windsor, we thank you for always tuning in. I promise you guys, at some point we're gonna be viral, and you're gonna thank your lucky stars that you tuned in to when we again had that cute little green screen of a timer. We're gonna get better, guys. I promise you. The guys here are amazing. Yeah. So that concludes today's Grand Slam Thursdays, and I hope you had as much fun as we did. Keep those eyes peeled for some major announcements, fresh games, and you know we're gonna bring even bigger prizes next time. From the whole squad here at Windsor, a massive thank you for hanging out with us. You guys are the real MVPs, and we can't wait to see you back here next Thursday for another round of epic games, hot takes, and all the Windsor magic. Until then, stay hyped, stay bold, and catch you on the flip side.
Welcome to tonight's game.
Every game is a battle on the relentless pursuit of victory. Each player is determined, each move a step closer to glory. Settle the score and bet on your favorite team on Windsor, the seamless on-the-go online sports betting app. Bet on a wide range of live, virtual games anytime, anywhere with Windsor. The app gives you quick access to your current betting options. Have your favorite games at your fingertips with no lag or delays. With Windsor, you have a chance to win big, enjoy exclusive bonuses, and elevate your gaming experience, all in one place. It's time to call the shots with your newest game day companion. Win from within with Windsor.